right. Let's go ahead and pour this some bitch in here and right next to the microphone so y'all can hear that.
This was given
y'all
to
can't-
me by Brian
Can't
during
really hear
volleyball.
this. Can't really hear. Sound like I'm pissing, but
The beer that I bought that was going to be, it was like kind of Christmassy themed. So I was like, let me swap this out and do the Christmas one.
Get up on that bad boy.
More close.
I'm gonna actually get you a stand so that way it's off to the side, but it's like up in your face, like a dick.
I turned up a little bit because I'm always low.
I think last week I don't know that I had this
The
on.
microphone on.
I don't know because like after you left,
Test.
oh, we're on. We've been on. like last week, after you all left, I was sitting there. I was like, yo, everything looked fine and everything sounded fine, but what we hear isn't what's coming through there. And everything looked fine, but then I got done. I was like, I don't recall doing the settings on the computer, but I did record previously, so the settings should have already been set. But I don't know. We're here though, so what's up? I think this is episode 79.
Nice. That's a good year to be born in.
Man, that's a fucking gay year. Shit is the stupidest
I
fucking
barely
year.
made it in the 70s.
Like 79 is dumb. 78 is kind of trash too. I think the Cowboys won the Super Bowl in 78, which is
That's the
even more.
last one. It's like,
Yeah, that was, yo,
oh, where's all their fans at this week?
yeah. One of them boys
Them
at.
boys,
Where them
I
boys?
saw a lot of actually people posting in these football groups I joined. We're just like,
good.
Cowboys are definitely winning out. Damn, that
Okay.
didn't last very long.
Okay. Yo, they lost to the Packers, who lost to the Lions.
And lost to Washington. So the
Ooh.
Packers are, I mean, look at that.
Oh my god.
Their resume was looking rough.
I was at a cross. Like I had a tough decision to make yesterday watching the game. Because you know how much I hate the Packers. But I think I hate the Cowboys more. And the Packers had just lost to the Lions, so I think it was okay to kind of say go Pack. As long as it's against the Cowboys. But that's all right.
Oh, that ended it. 1, 2, 3. They lost 5 in a row.
That's sweet. I love it. Love hearing it.
Oh, yeah. If they didn't win, though, Detroit was in second place
Yeah,
briefly.
they're in second yesterday. I saw it. I saw it yesterday. I was like, oh, Detroit's in second. You know what? I queued it up to text you, and I never sent it. Because I was like, Detroit's in second, son. And some shit happened. Who knows? It's Sunday. Like, I've been sick all weekend, so that's probably what happened. Like, I started coughing furiously. And last night, I took all the pills. I was like, oh, here's some NyQuil. This should work. Ah, look at that Mucinex. I think that'll work too. What's this pill? Cold and sinus? What can it hurt? Boop. Oh, ecstasy? Shouldn't be too bad. Viagra? Why not? I'm just taking pills.
So you're taking
I'm just finding random
magic
pills on the
blue pills.
floor.
And like, what?
It's like just finding pills on the floor. Like, fuck it, it's good. It's good. But I tell you what, I fucking woke up feeling like a fucking $1,000,000 this morning. I felt pretty good. So
I always have I had some Aleve in my backpack, like if I need it at work. But like, I guess it's been so long, it's like kind of like got some like, it looks like pen, like ink on it.
Yeah.
And I needed one the other day, and I was kind of questioning myself, should I just do it? I don't think I'll get hurt.
how
But
bad is the pain?
it was, I mean, it was, so, Aleve's what, like light blue.
Yeah.
It was almost like black.
Nah.
I actually decided against it. It looked that bad. I was just like, I
on my
don't think I
volume.
want this one.
Oh, that goes into one of my discussions later on. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the NFL week.
Yeah, this was
'cause there's some good games.
Good games this week. And like if you were a fan of our local teams, the Ravens didn't play, and Washington's playing now. But it was almost like kind of nice to not have to watch your team with all the good games that were going on.
Oh my god, what a week to have like both those teams not playing Sunday. Because if Washington were playing yesterday, we wouldn't have gotten that Minnesota Buffalo game. God damn,
so
dude, that
game,
last minute.
Start with that.
Holy
That was a wild
shit.
game. Buffalo was killing them, and the Vikings now have become that comeback team.
Yeah.
With some miracles. Remember they were kind of like that with Case Keenum way back. Remember they had that playoff crazy
Yeah.
miracle play happen. But yeah, Kirk Cousins had a good game. Not as good as he's been playing with rating wise, but he had 350, touchdown, 2 picks. But I mean that's Buffalo. That's a hard game.
Yeah, that's a
He
tough
played well
defense to
enough
play
and
on.
played good when it counted. He threw that jump ball to Jefferson with.
Yo, the one-hander.
And when you got a player like Jefferson, it's not a bad throw. You, at least because I think what was that like a 3rd and 18, something super
Yeah.
improbable, and you just go to your best player and let him try to make a play.
Yeah. Make
And
them moves.
he made the catch of the year.
Yeah, for sure.
And he had 193. He couldn't get 7 more yards in fantasy.
So
Yeah, we both have him.
So
yeah.
when Kurt got sacked, I got excited because like that's an opportunity to get those 7 now. He didn't. Like I think what happened was, yeah, like something happened. He ended up getting up there to the 1-yard line, and I think that's what was like, well, fuck. Now they're just gonna try to run it or some shit, and then that was the QB sneak.
Last week, we didn't talk because the Ravens played Monday, but Drake suddenly is actually getting some good fantasy games, and he had 100. And then they ran one more carry with him, and they did a damn outside toss, which are the worst when your player has exactly 100.
Yep.
And he got -4. So
Of course.
that one last play lost him 6 points, basically, or 5.4.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was texting with with Naps during that last minute of the Buffalo game because he thought it was over when they missed the 4th and goal, and so did I. I was like, that's it. It was like Buffalo. All they got to do is fall forward, and then I look up and I was like, I'm like texting myself like, oh shit, yo, this game is insane. And he was like, yeah, I thought it was over. Fucking Josh Allen, fucking fumbled.
Yeah, and then when Minnesota kicked the field, well,
So-
they
so,
got
okay.
a 4th and
Yeah,
they got to the goal line, didn't they?
Yeah, so
then-
let's go down the cycle because they needed a touchdown and a field goal to at least get within 3. They got the touchdown, missed the extra point. Now they need a touchdown, and then that's where they marched down, got to the goal line, 4th and fucking half a yard. Fucking Cousins tried to sneak it, nope, shoulder hit, and I mean, it worked though. It because the ball is stuck there now, so. It was like, oh shit, this game is over. Fucking sucks for Minnesota. Oh well. Go Detroit. We getting closer. I was excited. And then, fucking Josh Allen. And I think even the commentators are like, you kind of wonder, like, maybe you should take a safety at this point. Because Belichick has done that in the past. It was like, yeah, let's not fuck around here. Let's just take the safety and, live to see another day. Because we take the safety, they got to go up against our defense. And he's like, I'm going to bank money on my defense before I bank money on us not fucking this ball up this close. And sure enough, he did. Fumbled. Minnesota gets the touchdown. And then even off of that, you're like, okay, game's over. Buffalo's got no timeouts. Nope. Done. Nah. They fucking trucked down. Got their fucking field goal too. Damn. Still got the AIDS. But that shit was just wild. Like just that whole exchange within the last 3 minutes of the game.
Even the overtime, Minnesota went
Yeah.
down and got within. I think they had a 1st and goal and blew it and had to kick a field goal. Even then, it was like, under 3 minutes.
So-
and then Buffalo comes right down the field and looks like they're going to score probably a touchdown. If at the worst, they're going to end the game in a tie. So they make it to the 20. Then Allen throws the terrible interception at the end.
So I think that's where it happened in overtime, where Jefferson got the 193, and then Kirk Cousins got sacked because it was like, oh shit, that okay, throw a pass to him, still get you close enough, and he didn't. I think he threw it to the other guy, and they missed it. And then they were like, all right, well, time to go for this field goal. And then I was hoping Buffalo would just go for a field goal because it would still leave Minnesota with a few minutes left. Like maybe 2 minutes.
But Minnesota once Minnesota they were within 10 yards, if not the one, something like that. And I know Kirk got sacked at the end.
Yeah.
But I mean, he made several good throws to even bring him down into that range. But yeah, then suddenly I'm just like, oh well, Buffalo's got to get in field goal, and then Josh Allen gives like 14-yard run again.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, QB spy him.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, now the favor's way in Buffalo's favor because now they're at the 20 with 3 minutes to go. Then he threw a pick. So what did he threw? 2 bad picks and then
Yeah.
fumble.
Oh my God.
And then I think they said he threw 2 picks in the red zone last week.
I don't know, man. I mean, I still believe in the dude, but
He's good for sure.
some bonehead decisions.
And Kirk always gets clowned for not being clutch. He's everything clutch there is this year.
Yeah. Well, but that's coming off of last year though too, because they didn't know how to close out in the last 2 minutes, and then this year they're like, you know what?
And I will say, last year Kirk came through last year. Minnesota's defense gave up some.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Ridiculous situations.
Yeah.
They'd be up, and then 2 minutes to go.
It wasn't anything on Kirk last year because he was holding that team together. The defense just couldn't keep that lead for them. This year they're like, fuck that. And I think also something's more to be said with Kirk because he's like, look, I know I can't fucking rely on this defense, so I'm gonna have to be the comeback king. And there you have it. Minnesota's won 7 in a row, 8 in a row.
Yeah, they lost. Their only loss was to Philly, who's undefeated. So
Tough one. So
they're having their hands full. Worse, this Commanders team.
Actually, who was it? Was a talk with Manuel. I think we were both kind of like we were texting. It was like watch Philly lose to Washington. And I was like, it's a tough game. It's in
how
division.
Those division games go. Like it'll be the bad team. The team in last place will beat the team that's undefeated.
I'm pretty sure I picked Washington for this game because, like, look, I think part of like we're far enough in the season right now where it's like if you're at this point, the question becomes, are you for real? And we got Minnesota, we got Philly, both at the top. So then that question is, are they for real? Hold on. The playoff, like as of today, if the playoff started today, we've got. God damn, dude. Sorry, too much jizz. So in the AFC, we got Kansas City get the first week bye because they're number 1. You got Miami and New England. They're both Miami second.
Yeah.
New England 7th. Buffalo falls to 6th. Tennessee's number 3 because of division winner. Baltimore's number 4, division winner. The Jets, number 5.
The Jets are on a nice streak, I believe.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, well, they lost to New England.
I was going to say they lost, but they're still looking pretty good.
They won 5 out of 6.
Yeah. So, you look over there. I think everything over there is solid where it is. I believe everyone there.
I believe the Jets, they beat Miami without Tua.
They beat Buffalo.
Yeah, they beat Buffalo.
So,
but they're coming off a bye, so then they got they're going to play New England next week.
Yeah, they got New England next. So, I mean, over there in the AFC, everyone I look at, I'm like, yeah, those are all fun games. I believe in all those teams. I think everyone there belongs there.
Well, the one team I don't think belongs, and they're 6-3, is Tennessee.
Tennessee, well, I mean, they're
3-0 in division, but it's because they got the Colts, Jacksonville, and Houston.
I mean, they're still leading the division, so
Yeah.
I mean, I believe
they'll make the playoffs, but I don't think they have a.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They belong there.
I think the Ravens could have a chance. Now they got what's his name? Defensively, he's a big help.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Smith.
Yeah. So then we go to the NFC. We got Philly at number 1, so they get the bye. You got Minnesota at number 2 versus San Francisco at 7. Seattle at 3. Dallas at 6. Tampa at 4. New York at 5. And then, again, that question becomes, is Philly for real? They're undefeated. So it's like, I mean, are they not? Then you got Minnesota. They've won a bunch in a row. Are they for real? I mean, so far, I mean, they've been winning. They've been doing it. You got Seattle now coming out there. And I think everybody counted Seattle this year for Seattle as a lost season.
Yeah, people thought they were going to just throw in, like, try to get that number 1 pick. But
yeah.
Because what they got. And everyone thought it was going to be the Denver dude. Locke. Yeah. And then, but Geno's, I mean, actually, like, I was listening to something on Geno today of just like, I mean, he's got an arm. He really only had like I think 2 years as a starter. Mm-hmm. His first year was bad. Like he threw a lot of picks. Second year was better, and then I guess they just moved on. I don't remember why exactly, if he got hurt. A combination of playing bad, but it's like there's a lot of quarterbacks that take
like coach
time.
change as well too. I think.
But he was like heavily. I mean, I think when he came out, he was looked at as by a lot of people as being really good.
Yeah. Um, you got Dallas. I mean, Dallas is only at number 6 because I mean the NFC East, is just a fucking hodgepodge of everyone winning.
Yeah, they got a good defense. I watched a little of that game, and I don't know. Dak made some mistakes, but then look, I guess going back when you saw, like, you could see him arguing with the tight end at one point. Like maybe the tight end at one did something wrong of why one of his picks happened.
Yeah.
The way they were yelling implied that was the case.
You got
Pollard should freaking start when Zeke comes back.
he's the starter. Yeah, that's the
But
starter.
they go back to Zeke because I mean Zeke makes all the money.
Yeah,
and so he's
exactly.
trying to justify
That's how
it.
Jerry Jones is. He's like, oh, he makes the money, put that dude in.
So I never. I mean, I'm a Dallas hater,
Of
and
course.
I really hate on Zeke. Zeke's just
Of
like
course.
such a typical Dallas player.
Ohio,
But then
Ohio State.
I got to give one
Ohio
props
State.
to Zeke when I watch him play. That dude can pass block real good.
You know what props I give him? He has great cutoff shirts. That midriff. So
Why? I don't get why guys want to wear that. And I see
know.
basketball players. When basketball players wear it, it looks like a bra.
I don't know, but if you go on to bjjwiki.net,
Are you selling bras?
nah, I'm selling those midriff
They're
shirts though.
bras.
Go buy one, y'all.
The male bra.
Hey, it's mostly for female, but if you do want to wear
I
it,
think
go ahead.
DK Metcalf be wearing them too.
That's all right. He can do it. Have you seen him?
I mean, he's ripped.
Yeah.
I mean, why wear anything? Just go shirtless.
I mean, it's weird, but yeah, I agree. Then you got Tampa Bay. What are they? 5-5 now.
They're starting to win.
Yeah, I think. I mean, yeah, they're winning.
I think Brady's actually. I think Brady's undefeated still since his divorce.
Well, so
He's
no,
starting
no,
to get over it.
No, we'll get to that in a minute. Because Giselle's out there like, oh, you undefeated. All right, let me show you what undefeated is. He out there fucking jiu-jitsu coaches. So I don't know, man. But you got Tampa Bay, they're number 4, division winner, and then New York, they're number 5, and then again Philly at number 1.
Oh,
so,
by the way, if Philly does lose this game, Minnesota will be number 1
good.
because Minnesota's 3-0 in the division.
But they lost to Philly. Isn't it the head-to-head?
Uh,
Because they lost to
you know
Philly.
what? I think when it's division, it's conference, but then head to head. Division. When they used to be division was the first one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess it would be they both be the same conference record. So then if it goes to head,
Yeah,
Philly would get it.
Yeah, Philly would
If
have it
it goes
because
to
of that.
division record, then Minnesota will have it.
But so yeah, that's
And
there's
by
a
the
lot
way,
going on.
Minnesota. Miami. Again, I think when we had the discussion at the beginning of the year, I told you how I wanted to place bets on Minnesota and Miami. Miami because of their speed, and Minnesota because they lost so many games by freaking 1 score last year, and it was because of like also those like somewhat bad odds where you'd win a decent amount of money. It's like, dang, I really wish I did that because especially Miami's killing people, and Tua's gonna be the MVP the way he's playing.
Yeah.
Tua has 3 touchdowns and no picks the last 3 games in a row. Dude's been putting up some. I mean, he doesn't throw for tons of yards. Well, no, he has a few games. I mean, keep in mind he had the 6 touchdown game. But yeah, Tua's killing it, and he's showing.
Wasn't he a number 1 or was he? I know he was a top 3 pick.
He wasn't number 1 because he does lack like a monster arm, but he's super accurate.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's what Tyreek Hill was saying. He was like, "Oh, that dude's crazy accurate," and everyone's like, "Yeah, whatever. You're just saying that because that's your quarterback now." Like,
Actually, yeah. I mean, when Tyreek first got there, he was saying, and people thought he was just trolling Kansas City, where he's like, Tua's better than Mahomes.
yeah, I mean, that the kid can play, and he showed because I mean, coming in, he had the hip injury, so there was a lot of questions with that. And then even this year, when he got put out there, people talking about he should probably retire.
Yo, we about to take the lead.
I hope.
Brian Robinson
all right,
running
there
like
you
he
go.
never got shot. Yeah, that might be one of his best runs I've seen.
Okay, no, I'm sorry. He was the number 5 pick overall. My bad. Sorry, bitches. But yeah, I mean, it's
Damn,
those.
just before halftime? Damn.
So what are all the Alabama quarterbacks? We're in the playoffs right now. Hurts, Tua, Jones. Is there any more?
Damn. Those are some good quarterbacks this
Yeah.
year. Well, Gino was Ohio, you say?
No.
he
Zeke was
was
Ohio.
What was
Gino was
Gino?
West Virginia.
Oh, damn, West Virginia.
Yeah.
Gino would probably be number two
Let me
at this
double-check
point
that.
in the MVP.
Um,
I think it's gonna be Tua, possibly. I mean, Tua missed some time, but not. I think the way Tua's played, Tua's gonna be
yeah,
up
West
there.
Virginia.
I think you gotta throw Kirk up there.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think he's probably, if there's a top five, he's around five.
But you know who's going to get it. You already know. Because it's the flashy name and it's already happened before.
Mahomes.
Yeah. They're going to give it to that fucking guy.
I'm
That's how
still
this
now.
works. What's that?
I don't know if they.
I mean, he's playing, how he normally
and
plays.
he's playing very good too.
Yeah. So, I mean, his very good is good enough to win MVP when all the others are playing fucking great. And that's the thing that sucks about it is like, that's how they'll lean. Because, well, it was Mahomes. It was like, without him, they wouldn't be anything. It was like, yeah, but I mean, Geno Smith stepped up in a situation that they thought was kind of a lose-lose. Tua, with what he's doing,
Yeah, Miami didn't make. I mean, I think they ended the season winning a ton of games.
They missed it,
They
like,
missed the
just at the
playoffs.
end. So, but you know what? Good for all of them. Let's go to another game. We've been on that one for a while.
Yeah. Real quick though, Tua's rating for the year is 118. That's really ridiculous.
Oh
Some
my God.
Madden stats.
Yeah, that dude's playing video games out there. And,
Right.
and two of the top 5 receivers in yardage is Waddle and fucking Hill. It's like, damn. Fucking
And he's not
crazy.
throwing any picks. And now, they got the dude Jeff Wilson from San Fran. He's killing it. And then Mostart got going. So now they got two. And what a pickup freaking Wilson was. I don't think they gave up much for him.
No.
And then, I mean, since he's left, what's kind of funny is, and CMC's playing good for San Fran, but the dude for Carolina's killing it.
Yeah.
Foreman.
I think
And then Wilson's killing it. So it's
all
like,
the trades worked.
yeah.
All of it worked out
But I
for
mean,
everyone.
San Francisco might have been able to just keep what they had. Because now, because that young guy came back, Elijah Mitchell.
Oh, yeah,
And he
yeah,
got
yeah.
most of the carries. It's like, damn, you could have just kept Wilson and kept, what did they give up? 3 picks for CMC?
Well, yeah, they
So
gave
now
up.
it's kind of like, did you need to do that?
Yeah.
They were going all out this year. But,
I think the thing in their mind is like, look, we need to stack this team.
CMC does throw touchdowns, though. So
That too.
um,
And his dad was at
we
McCaffrey.
got it. 17-14 Washington.
Love to hear it. All right, let's get to another game.
We got to mention Detroit,
Of course we
Chicago.
got to, son. 2 in a row, son? Road win, son?
I don't remember last time Detroit was on a streak that I remember.
Don't do that. I mean, it wasn't last year. No. I think they won 2 in a row last year. Because they only had 3 wins, but it was at the end of the year. Because
So
they're fucking dreadful.
St. Brown came back. He'd been missing for a little bit. 10 catches, 119. The one thing that hurts me is because I got Swift. Thank God he got a touchdown.
So I didn't realize in another league I have him and Williams both starting.
Williams
I didn't
has
have an
been
option.
so. He's got to be up there in fantasy. Definitely
Yeah.
top 10 because he gets
Yeah.
a touchdown every week.
Yeah, and the thing is, what people forget about Williams is he was the starter in Green Bay. I mean, they went to Aaron Jones and was like, all right, we'll go with this guy. I guess maybe Williams wanted too much money.
Damn, so Williams, he already has 9 touchdowns this year.
God damn.
So that's damn good this day and age.
I think he had
Split
4,
running
he had
backs.
4 consecutive games with multiple touchdowns. Because he put that post up last week. Because he had a picture of him and then Barry Sanders, like the only Lions players to have 4 consecutive games with multiple touchdowns. It's like,
I'm
good for you
surprised
guys.
his receiving yards isn't very much. He only has 57 for the year. That's just a little surprising. But yeah, I mean, his touchdowns are by far his most. His most in a season was like 7. So he's killing it right now.
I wonder I mean, the smart thing for Detroit is just keep them both. But it's like, I don't know. I think in Madden terms,
Yes.
it's like, why don't you trade one?
Swift stays hurt, unfortunately, and their coach was saying like why Swift isn't playing much is he's definitely not 100%.
He's never been 100% for the Lions.
In that game though, Field is I don't know. I think Fields might pass Lamar
Okay,
for the best
so
running
I'm
quarterback
going
now.
to. This will be the only time, besides Eddie George, that you hear me speak highly of an Ohio State player, because it's on here where I've been dogging that dude.
And I mean,
But
to be
he
fair,
he.
he was playing terrible at the beginning of the
But I
year.
think that was a coaching thing.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah, the coach had him hemmed up. So, good for them letting him play.
So he's a 749 rushing now. And that's all coming lately because they were not running
Yeah.
too much
Well,
for
he
a
had
little
like
bit.
178-yard game the week before.
Yeah, 147 last week. They had 60 and a touchdown, 80 and a touchdown, 88 before that. So, yeah, the first few, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, he was around no more than 50. He had a 52. And now that they're letting him run, now he's getting like 10 yards, 10 rushes a game. He's, ooh, 5 touchdowns in the last 4 games rushing.
I mean,
And quick math, 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, he has like almost 600 yards.
so the
God
thing,
damn.
the thing too with it, it's like that's the NFL though. That's the direction it's going. I mean, it's always kind of been that way. You get a running quarterback, but now you're getting running quarterbacks that can really run and also
So
throw.
he has a really good chance to break the rushing quarterback record this year.
Who has it? Lamar?
I think so.
Good.
He was,
Break that shit. You won't hear me say that for
he was
any
over
Ohio
a
State player.
a
Yeah, he was
thousand.
over 1,000.
He's
For
gonna
sure.
get 1,000 easily. I mean, at the rate Justin Fields, and again, he started slow. But the way he's going now, he's gonna crush that.
Crush it. Do it. Like I'm not big
And I saw
on
something today on
praising
ESPN, like
Ohio State players,
someone,
but
a
do
reputable
it.
guy was, dang, I wish I could remember who it was, but they're like, he's already the best running quarterback of all time. Like the way he's running, like I mean, he's not career wise, but they're like saying what he looks like his potential is ridiculous.
Don't know
Lamar
about
has
that.
moves.
I would
Fields
say Lamar is still like at least what I see.
and
Fields
Lamar
is
is
great
playing
though.
this year without the contract, and sometimes he does look hesitant. I
You
feel
know,
like
fucking get
when I
hurt.
watch the Ravens, yeah, he needs to run more, especially if who they have as receiver.
Well, yeah, he doesn't have a choice.
But it's like when he runs now, it's like broken plays, and he's. I mean, they still do some design runs, but he always runs for 8 yards when they do a design run. Like I would run Lamar even more.
All right, let's get one more game and then rate this beer. We're almost 30 in. Who else? I mean,
It was a
the
big
Dallas,
game.
Green Bay. I mean, we kind of already touched on that a little bit.
Giants won, Steelers won.
Steelers
The
won?
Raiders lost again. That was kind of funny.
Surprise, surprise.
Maybe
Hey,
that's.
look, I'm only going to talk shit about the Raiders as long as Detroit keeps winning.
I mean,
So.
the big thing of that was freaking Colts just hired Saturday, who's never coached, and was like, I mean, what was? I know he was an analyst.
Yeah.
Did he ever do any type of coaching?
No, not at all.
Yeah, that's some.
Told you, they're just handing jobs
That's
out.
some wild, like, And I saw some jokes of like, the owner just hired his drinking buddy.
Yeah, didn't they just like? Because I'm pretty sure that happened after we recorded. Because I texted like, "Yo, they're just handing jobs out of Indy. I'm about to go up there and apply. Like, what y'all need?"
They did win, and then shockingly, he starts Matt Ryan, who I thought his career was over.
Matt Ryan's had the longest. What was his run? He had a big rush. Like, he had a big run. It was like they were like the longest like QB run or something this season. There was some weird stat I saw. I was like, that doesn't seem accurate. Like, you need to look into that. But
Saturday's 1-0.
look at
I
that.
mean, he does
guy.
seem like an intelligent guy.
Well, yeah, he's a
Played
lineman.
with
Lineman
Manning.
guys tend to be pretty smart.
But yeah, I
Believe it or
don't
not.
know. There's a lot of coaches in the league that didn't get even an interview or consideration.
What happened to the Rooney Rule? I don't know if it counts
I don't
for-
know if this is true or not, but I heard they were like thinking of.
I thought
think
it was
we
done.
mentioned that of like the what's it called? Affirmative action might go away.
Yeah, that's suspect. But that's real suspect. It's just like that. Like, I have weird feelings about it because it's like, you hire the best person for the job. I think, plain and simple. But it gets weird because it's like there are places that were like, yeah, this black guy might be the best guy for the job, but hire this guy over here because he's my buddy.
Can we? I just thought I didn't even think of this because there's the affirmative action of coaching, and I mean the Rooney Rule.
Yeah.
Why isn't there the Rooney Rule 5 receivers and running backs?
Well, you guys have everything.
Not in football soon. No lie. I mean,
True. I
so
mean, we're taking over
we
quarterback
played
right now.
we played volleyball this weekend, and it was the most people at that park I'd have ever seen. It was so bad at the park at one of our friends in the group's house and take a Uber there, because no parking
No
within a
parking.
mile.
Yeah.
Thousands of people there, and it was a football, some kind of football tournament. But it was like all the teams there. What? I don't think I saw one little white kid.
I mean,
I was like, damn.
look, I got no
But
words. I don't want to say nothing. I don't want to get in trouble. I feel like the things I say I don't
It's
want to get in
just
trouble, but
observations.
I've said worse things.
But I think the stories are gonna the switch in the years to come. Like it'll be like CMC. There's gonna be a CMC in the future, and he's gonna be breaking the barrier.
Well, that's the thing. It's like it's funny how football works that way though, because it's like white running backs. I mean, Peyton Hillis. That was like a big deal. He was on the Madden cover and everything. It was like, oh my god, he was
Oh
a
yeah,
big
he
deal.
didn't deserve that man. He had one
didn't.
good year. He did not deserve the man, and he was not he ran people over, but he lacked some athleticism. Seriously,
that dude was a fullback. That was Mike Alstott.
yeah, and he wasn't. I think he was actually a fullback
Yeah.
initially, and he just happened to have success that year. I mean, but if you watched him play, I mean, he just ran straight.
So let's see here. I was trying to pull up who was the first black NFL quarterback.
Because that's slowly kind of trending.
Well, because it's like
Because now it's like, what do we think's the rarest? Maybe a white receiver? No, white cornerback.
yeah, Jason Sehorn. Shout out.
That's the only one I can remember. No.
I remember.
Is there any right now?
No.
I can't think of one.
Starting? No.
So I think that's probably the rarest.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, obviously, if you said like, some obscure thing, there's no Chinese lineman.
I was gonna say like, I mean, yeah, but I mean, when you look at the percentages, it's like black, white, Samoan.
And what would you say is the hardest position besides quarterback? I think it's corner. To be able to shadow a receiver and I mean, you got to read a lot as a cornerback.
I say middle linebacker too. Middle linebacker.
I feel like they get to at least react a little bit more to the I just feel like it's so hard to run with those elite receivers, and you got to really anticipate.
Yeah, maybe
They have such an
maybe.
advantage of knowing the route, and you got to kind of. I mean,
That's true.
the really good corners are real, they see what route you're going to run before you do it.
I'm thinking about linebacker just because of the adjustments that have to happen if they have to cover, if they have to. And granted, they know what they're supposed to be doing anyway. Whether it's going to be a zone, if it's going to be coverage, if they have to help run stop, or what it's going to be. But a lot of times they got to go into coverage. That's tough in itself. But I think corner might be it. I mean, obviously, quarterback is the toughest because you just got to know so much.
Yeah,
Running back ain't no fucking walk in the park either.
Today's
dude.
NFL too, they do so many of the choice routes where the running or receiver or running backs that are going out have options of what to run, and the quarterback's got to anticipate what they're going to run.
Yeah, true. All right.
Let's rate this beer.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Damn, we gave you a lot of football. What are we, ESPN?
Yeah, I mean,
Drunk ESPN.
yeah, they should do it, dude.
Yeah,
It's
like the Peyton and Eli, we should do a game drunk.
UFC when they had Snoop do the fucking commentary during the Contender Series, him and Uriah fucking Faber, and Snoop was getting high. I mean, it works. People liked it. Now, they don't do it anymore, so I don't know how much they liked it. But still, all right, let's get this beer.
So this is called Drenched in Green, and it's by Sapwood Cellars Brewing, which is out of Columbia, Maryland.
Sounds kind of
This was
biased.
given to me by Brian from volleyball, and it's I think it's very good.
I didn't hate it for sure. I liked it.
So yeah, what to say about it? It's brewed with 50% more oats and wheat than a typical beer, and it has notes of mango and pine. I don't taste the mango and pine, but I feel like, I mean, it's a slightly more on the bitter side, but it has, that's the aftertaste. The initial taste is pretty good,
Yeah, the initial is good. The after is a little but it's still good. It's enjoyable. I like
and
it.
it's 8%.
8.
That sweet spot.
Not mad at that. Let me give it a 7-1. I like it. I'll buy
Yeah,
it.
I think it's right at that range. So we're gonna lock it in at 7-1.
Yeah,
So
I'd buy this.
that's recommended.
I don't know where I'm going
I've
to be
basically
going.
decided
Oh,
7's recommended,
yeah,
and we'd buy it. 8's
Yeah.
highly recommended.
for sure.
We haven't had any 9s.
I'm trying to think.
9 will be
Like-
one day we're gonna get like a 32% beer and just be trashed after a sip.
If it's a
Like,
32%er, that's a guaranteed.
So our highest was the one, I think it was 19?
The
18,
19%?
19, the
Yeah.
flying something. Flying, one
And it
of
was
those.
tasty. It was tasty for a 19, or it was 18%. I think it was real good. I'm trying to think where I have to go
This one's
anytime.
either going to be really good or really
Like-
bad.
I know that looks like I'm not into it already.
But it's Sierra Nevada, which has been pretty consistently good.
Yeah, but I'm looking at that right. I'm
The
all
percentage is really good.
okay. All right. I'm trying to think like
Ooh,
where
it's
I have to go anytime soon that I'm gonna have to buy beer. So when I went to a Halloween party, I didn't get beer. No, I'm out. I'm out.
I think it's going to be all right, to be honest.
Well, you can go ahead and pour as much as you want. And I'm gonna get a little dab in there. That looks
Oh, it smells good. It
atrocious.
smells like chocolate.
Ugh. Man, if this shit is not good, I will fucking never
Yo,
fucking
it's-
forgive you for this shit.
I think it's way better than I was expecting.
I can already smell. I don't like this.
It's a stout, so
Yeah.
it tastes like a really sweet Guinness. Like, it tastes better. Like, it tastes almost like, wow, it tastes like chocolate. This is the closest thing to, like, a chocolate milkshake in a beer.
Why don't I go just fucking mix some fucking milk and ice cream in this shit too?
But it's got a good. I say give it a try. Like, I agree.
I'm going to.
It's better than I was expecting.
I hate
But I
these
knew-
fucking styles of beer, son. Dick.
We actually have had a few that we actually like. Most we haven't.
I'm not feeling it. I don't
It's
hate
got a
it.
coffee taste.
I don't hate it as much as I should, but I'm not feeling it.
You'll like the percentage though.
The percentage is
So
fine.
just
I'm gonna drink what I
use
have
that.
here.
All right. So
I'm
that
not
means
drinking
I'm gonna be
anymore.
trash.
Yeah, get fucked up, son.
I at least do have a driver.
Yeah. Jeeves.
She's
Jeeves is
asleep.
passed out.
She's a sleepy.
Oh, that's what I meant to tell you. Dim that light for her over there, just out of fucking respect. But you don't care. You're still chilling right
She
now.
works early, so she does. She's asleep. We had a funny joke because she was just like, "How am I gonna sleep with the Washington playing the Eagles?" I was like, "Probably the way you slept during the Ravens game," because she fell asleep.
It's not hateful.
Yeah, and the percentage will give it.
I don't know that I want any more, but it's not.
It's one of the better ones of this
I
style.
will say that it is one of the better ones because the other ones I couldn't even stomach it. This one at least I was able to like drink it and it was like, okay, that's not.
And I think
It's not bad. All right, let me try.
I think fans
try
of
a
this
little
style would love this. This isn't my style either, but I am. The taste is tolerable to being like I would say this is almost a better version of this type of beer.
the
I've
taste.
ever had.
Yeah, the taste is far better than any of the others that we've had for
There's
sure.
some that have that real bitter coffee.
Mm-hmm.
This has a slight coffee. You definitely taste a little chocolate. And then it's, I mean, it's almost like a Guinness with like chocolate, but the alcohol percentage is pretty impressive.
Hey man, I got Jim Beam in this. This has been in here since probably 2014. Is that okay?
It might be gasoline by now.
All right. Well, you know how gas
I
is
still
up
just
right
remember
now.
me and you drank the wild turkey, and
Oh my
I
God.
never sweat from a drink
Like immediately
that?
after
Yeah.
the shot, we
Like-
started sweating bullets. I was like, holy shit, this is.
and it was like old. It was
Yeah.
like 10, 12 years.
I think it was in that 10-year pocket. Because my manager was like, I'm not gonna drink it. You take it. He knew what time it was. He was like, you look like a young guy that likes to drink. You're right. And I did. And holy shit. I'm pretty sure we finished that bottle that weekend because that was the time for us. We would just drink as much as we could. And it worked out. But
Now we're professional beer tasters.
like So yeah, I told you last week, Instagram demonetized me, and I was hoping today. Today is that day. Like if they were gonna let me back in, it would be today. No, at least they're gonna pay me. They're gonna pay me what I earned up to that point, and that is fine. And honestly, them demonetize me. I get it because the only thing I just want them to tell me for sure. It's because I wasn't following the rules, so that way I know. Right now, it just says error. I'm like, okay.
I always have to delete and add Instagram now all the time because, and I only have the two accounts, and then we have like a joint account with Bea. I've assisted her, which took off pretty quick. She just needs to keep posting
The chef
the
bed.
chef one.
That shit
Her
is
shit
tight.
looks
Yo,
good.
I love that
Yeah.
page. When I see a post come up, I get
Yeah.
excited. I'm like,
Yeah, even me, I'm
yes.
like, God damn,
Like
this shit
more.
looks good.
Give me more.
So we got. I think she's got to build it up some so she'll keep having posts. And there's
Yeah.
other things. I'm just like, I gotta remember. I mean, I'm definitely spoiled in some of the dinners I get for sure. Like, I'm like, damn, this is picture worthy here. Do you want to post this? I'm like, no, this is just dinner. I'm like, I don't know.
Hey, so again, I don't know how this glitch happened. It started to happen on that Calvin post last week, but that one post on So You Like Horror, because I didn't think about it. So it was like, so it went viral. It was like, I guess you could say. I don't know what that even. I know what it means. But it was like, because it's like, had like 100,000 likes. But last Thursday, I went to record Nerd Rage, and I showed Joe. I was like, look, I'm telling him, I was like, look, man, like this morning I was at 3,000. I'm at 6,000. We go and record the podcast for 2 hours. We finish up. I get home. This shit was at 13,000. I was like, okay. I don't know what kind of weird glitch I hit, but Instagram, you see this. Start paying me for this page too.
I mean, from what I don't know with Instagram, but I read something one time about TikTok. That's not even always sometimes the likes, but they measure like if the people are watching the entire thing.
Yeah.
Of, like when you're scrolling. So if people are watching it, they're gonna push it out there more and more. If people
So-
are like immediately checking out,
Well,
then
you can
it's-
check your own stats on that though too, because like that's what I would look at when I would post on TikTok is like how long people are looking at the videos, and I try to only put videos up there that are like maybe 15 seconds long because attention spans, and it's usually like a lot of jiu-jitsu technique videos. So I was just trying to put shit that will go quick. But with Instagram, I don't know because it's just such a weird thing that changes so much. Because, so I will say this: after they demonetized me, BJJ Wiki started getting more hits. And I was like, okay. And I wonder, like, when I was monetized, they stifled me a little bit. I don't know. But either way, they're going to pay me. I'm going to get you your fucking punk-ass microphone stand so it can, like, hang over there. You ain't got to, like, lean up on the joint like that and fuck your back up. Because I was about to order it this week. And I was like, what? Bitch, I ain't spending my own money. Instagram better pay for this shit. And I'm going to buy Sophia a Switch, a Nintendo Switch for Christmas. So she can shut the fuck up. You know, because sometimes kid be, like, complaining. Like, you realize you got all this shit. We poor as fuck. But that's how we did in Detroit. We was poor as fuck, but Christmas was always big. And Sarah don't want me to get her a Switch. She's already made that clear. You know what? My grandma didn't want my grandfather to get me a fucking Super Nintendo. Guess what I got? Super fucking Nintendo. Suck on that, Sarah Beth, and my penis. So, but yeah, let's see here. Let me look at this this dry
I
board.
think you got a little more. This one's a
Nah,
fun one. It
I
hits
had a
you.
little bit more.
It hits
I had
you,
a little
though.
bit more. I had a little bit more. I'm good. Thank you, though.
When it hits you, the points will go up a little.
It's hitting me now.
It's kind
I
of
don't want
impressive
anymore.
how it hits you.
I don't want any more.
All right.
Tell me about.
I'll try not to
So
swear.
real quick, did you vote?
Hell no.
Yo, it's important to vote local, at least. We got weed now, July 1st. so
Maryland's priorities are straight.
yeah.
I know Governor Hogan's out.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He
had
ran his
to be.
term.
That's rude,
Yeah.
though. Like, when someone's doing a good job, they should just extend them.
So that was one reason why I put that up there is because I saw a video of Hogan before you came down. I was like, let me put this on here, because Hogan was basically saying like, look, this is the third year in a row that Trump has cost us, the Senate or the House or whatever the fuck. It's like, because that's becoming a thing though. It's like, oh, they're Trump endorsed, and people are like, oh, really?
Yeah,
Nah,
now
I'm good.
the whole Trump thing, he still has all his fans, but yeah, I think he fucked up the House.
So in DeSantis, they're talking about DeSantis running in 24, and Trump's like, "Oh, really? I got some dirt on this dude." And it's like, "Oh, do you now?" So if you got some dirt on this dude, you're really telling on yourself, though, son. So they talk about, oh, there's gonna be this big civil war in the U.S. Yeah, in the Republican Party, they're gonna like eat each other alive, and then we'll probably have like a real civil war amongst everyone. And I'm just gonna like chill in the attic like Anne Frank.
Maybe we can have like a new Canada, but in the middle.
So I did say like we would at some point
3 layers. Canada.
We'll end up like fucking. We do already have 3 layers: Canada, the U.S., and Mexico.
No, but now we're gonna have
4 layers.
Yeah.
So I was saying this. I was like,
although it's probably gonna be northeast, it's gonna go like.
We're gonna have some point where we probably will split.
And then the California's
its own thing. They're gonna split off anyway. Like literally, like
Texas could be its own.
There's gonna be an earthquake, and
Texas could be its own country. They do everything wild. I mean, they're still arresting people like crazy for marijuana.
Yo, slavery just got like finally made illegal in Tennessee and in Oregon.
I've seen Cypress Hill like probably 10 times. Always have smoked, even way back in the 90s of like when it's super illegal. Always on stage, but I even heard them like, "Yo, Texas, we don't fuck around." That's like
Texas is like Russia.
That's like yeah. I was gonna say
get Brittany Griner up in fucking Texas. Houston,
which is wild because Texas seems.
That's wild that Joe Rogan went there and like, yeah. So by the way, no weed. Like what?
Maybe in his area it's fine.
So both the Dakotas voted no for weed, and there was one other state.
Yeah, California voted no on 2 weird things. Like one was the sports gambling.
That's weird.
Like that doesn't.
Really?
I don't understand that. How could we have laws keeping people from gambling on sports?
So I wonder,
like
when it comes to like shit. So I'm always
that's some prehistoric type stuff. Like you're not allowed to do what you want with your money.
So that's where I have a problem. It's like, well, you're telling adults what they can and can't do with it. So it's just like a job.
What's
telling
the other
you
thing they shut down?
It's like at work when they say, well, you can't go home and shoot heroin. Well, I'm not shooting heroin at work. So what's the problem? And I don't come in high. I should be allowed to go home and shoot up some heroin. Not that I'm going to, but if you're doing it safely, have a blast. You can't smoke weed. Why? Am I smoking at work? No? Then fuck you.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I could go home and drink myself into a fucking alcohol poisoning.
And alcohol became, they prohibition at one point.
Yeah.
And then that's what led to all the organized crime. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't understand. You could tell people they can't bet, though.
Yeah, it's
that's
goofy.
There's people with betting problems. The people with betting problems are still having betting problems. There's bookies.
There are pedophiles still out there, too. And guess what?
There's no laws. Well, there is.
There are laws, but they're still pedophiles. So, it's like, I guess ultimately it's like, if you want to spend your money at the fucking racetrack, or if you want to bet on a fucking sorry ass Rams and lose all your money, fucking have a blast. The only crime that there should be is if you're betting on the fucking Sacramento Kings, then you should go to jail because you're a fucking retard.
Lotteries are fine.
Yeah.
Which everyone loses.
Yo, I was in the comments the other day because, sometimes I like to frequent the comments to see how people get fucking pissed at each other. And they're talking about the lottery and like gambling. Oh, the casino. Because someone at the casino bought a bunch of fucking Powerball tickets when it was at $2 billion. And people in comments are always experts. Like this guy, well, they can't bet because it's illegal for them to buy lottery tickets because they work for the casino. And I was like, what? Why? It's like, well, because it's like a state, whatever, like state gambling thing. I was like, yeah, the casino is its own thing though. Like, no, they can't buy it. It's illegal. It's like, well, they're like allowed to buy them, and
I'm pretty sure the only thing with the casino workers is they can't bet at their own casino.
Correct.
Because I've went on a trip with some former employees we know that all worked at a casino. We went to Delaware, and they were all gambling.
Yeah, you can't play at your own spot. That's all. Don't get high on your own supply. That's all. That's all
Go to
that
state
is.
and it's okay.
That's our title. But that's the thing. It's like I don't know. I got two beefs there. People in the comments, but then also people telling other people what they can and can't do with their money.
You know what's funny too? I mean, you know me of I went through my phase of I was big into blackjack. At one point I was playing 3 times a week. And I was always winning. My goal every time was to win $100 and then I'd cash out and leave. Probably 80% of the time I won. The times I lost though were pretty I mean, it was like set me back quite a bit. And then I decided long term, for sure, you're gonna lose.
So yeah,
So I'm gonna quit now, and I quit. And I one of the reasons that it was easy to quit because I loved playing blackjack is the people you meet at the blackjack table are mean as hell. One is there's a way to play blackjack by the book, so called, and I know this method, and I'm really good at doing quick math. And I could count cards a little bit. Definitely not the best, but far better than the average person. I'm seeing people playing things wrong and not understanding what they're doing wrong, and I'm just keeping my mouth quiet. But as far as there's always this thing in blackjack, if you don't play by the so-called book, you're fucking it up for the rest of the people at your table. That's so untrue, and it's so dumb of them. Because if you play bad, if I play bad, it actually could help you just as much as it could hurt you. It's just, it appears it's hurting you if I'm playing dumb and you lose.
yeah.
So I see people, it's, again, you're at a casino for fun. If you're there for your life, if you're trying to earn money to pay rent, you're stupid.
You've already made a
Yeah.
mistake.
I've seen old ladies super angry at the person next to them for doing a move that the person's there probably super inexperienced, literally just playing for fun,
So
expecting to lose.
So-
And they're like cussing them out. And I'm just like, it's such a negative vibe that I had to get out of it. It was like, it's like this is fun. Like,
So
you're taking
that's
this way too serious.
that's a scene from The
We're
Sopranos.
all going to lose if we play long enough.
Like on The Sopranos, they're like having a game night at the old folks' home, and Tony's mom is there, and one of the old ladies who's senile takes a hit on like 19, and then the next card, so she gets a 10 or a king. She gets a king, and then Tony's mom, she had whatever, and no, she didn't get a king. She got whatever she got. It ended up being like, oh, okay, that fucked Tony's mom over because she took a hit on like something like a 12 or some shit. She got the king, and she was pissed because she was like, you're playing stupid. Like,
Yeah.
you cost me the game.
And again, another person can play stupid, but it's affecting them. It might appear like it affected you, but someone playing dumb could also help you. I've seen someone one time took a freaking hit with a 20, and he hit the ace, and I couldn't believe it. I'm just like, I couldn't say anything. I was like, sir, you're literally the dumbest person in this casino. Like,
So-
and you hit it. And to his mind, he's like, I got it.
So that takes me to one time we were playing poker, and you may remember this one. I think I had pocket aces, and a friend of ours, he had queen 5, and I raised pretty fucking high pre-flop, and he called, and he flopped queen 5, and then no, he whatever he flopped, like he ended up basically. He beat me with a full house, and I had whatever I had. I ended up having a pretty fucking good hand, and after we see it, I was like, in our minds, it's like, wait, why would you call on a queen 5? Like, why? Why are you calling on a queen 5 when I raise that shit so high for someone with a queen 5 to fucking get out? It's like in those cases, it's like, come on, son. But that's also the same thing. It's like. It wasn't necessarily a good play because, I mean, traditionally, that's not going to fall.
Yeah,
Like,
traditionally it's not. In poker, you can play definitely mathematical odds, but one way sometimes to hit a big pot versus someone is to play those stupid cards
That is true.
because no one's gonna expect it. Like you raise big, everyone's expecting everyone to have two face cards, something pockets, and then you hit your freaking garbage cards. It's a big payoff, but it's not a smart. The more if you played poker all the time, you're gonna lose more times than win playing that way.
I can't remember whatever it was. He like I feel like maybe the configuration wasn't right. He ended up definitely winning that hand. He shouldn't have been in the hand, and I think whatever I had, I was convinced I should have won that hand. I would have won that hand against anyone else, and it's like I don't think he got quad queens because it just wouldn't make sense. But somewhere in there, I was like, how'd you beat me? That's like you shouldn't be here.
Yeah,
But
there's a way to play like poker too, and I can play this way, and I used to majority of the time play when I'm calculating my odds versus pot odds, and if the my odds are better than the pot odds I'm playing, and mathematically, long term, if you were like a pro poker player, you're gonna end up winning. But when you're playing a casual tournament at home, one, it ruins the fun because you're constantly doing math in your head.
yeah,
And that's what I got to the point of. I'm like, I'm just watching everyone make stupid decisions, but then they're winning, and I'm just like, I would get second place more than anyone. Like we used to
Yeah.
keep the stats at my house. I had like 20 second places, and it's because I'm playing the way you're supposed to play. But then the person playing the wild style, they might be first out, but they're also the ones winning the most. Like, and he won't care if I named him. Al would be a wild player.
He's
But
a
he
wild
knows how to
dude.
play. And he's a good gambler. But he'll lose just as much as he wins. But because of the odds, you play that style, he's coming out ahead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Charles did that a lot. Like when we used to play over at Jeans. I remember there was a night we played over at Jeans. And Charles was out. And he was like, he's sitting there at the table just watching. He was like, yo, can I get a chip? Like a dollar chip? So I threw him a dollar chip. And I think Justin gave him a dollar chip too. This man turned those $2 into $300. And he left. He walked out. He was like, all right, I'm good. I'm out. Couldn't take it though. He left. This was like, I want to say maybe 2 a.m. About an hour away. Goes home. He comes back at about 4:30. It's like, I can't take it. Like, I feel like I'm on a burner. I'm on a run. Came back with all 300. Lost all 300.
Oh, yeah. So, as someone who gambled a lot back in the day, the longer you play, you will lose for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So, again, if you come to play at a casino of $100, what would you be satisfied with to leave? Most people, you could win 800. Somehow in their mind, they're like, I'm going to hot you. Let's keep going. At some point, like what is the limit? If you get to, say, again, you bought in for 100, you get to 1,200. Most people would actually keep going. Like, yo, I'm about to win $20,000.
Well, yeah, that's the mindset.
You winning $20,000 off $100 is impossible.
So
So
I
the
think,
fact that you won 1,200 on 100 is amazing.
I feel like if I go in with $100 and I'm playing, my first thought is anything over that 100 is a win for me.
Yeah, so
Well, also give me a time limit. Do I have
So
a time
this
limit, or how long are we there?
yeah, so I'll add that in a second, but I'll say this: most people betting 100 are like willing to lose that 100. So
So,
again,
yeah.
if you got up to $800, that's actually a miracle. But most people, because they already set that they're gonna lose that 100,
Yeah.
are thinking they're gonna win like $1 million somehow.
So if I go in with 100, and this is 100 that I don't give a fuck about. It's a $100 voucher. I walked in the casino. They said, "Here's your $100. Have fun." If I lose it, I don't care. No loss. But anything over that 100, $10, $15, $20. But that's the thing. It's like there's a limit to that with time. Because if I'm there, let's say I'm
The
only there
longer
for,
you're in the casino, you're likely gonna lose.
let's say I'm only there for 40 minutes, and I'm at $50. I'm thinking, well, no, I mean, I've only been here for 40 minutes. Like, we got to play longer.
So yeah, losing the hundreds easy, but the problem is again when people get way ahead, but they keep going. Like the fact if you at 100, you made it to 800. That's amazing.
I feel like if I made it,
You made 8 times your buy-in.
if I somehow made it to 800, I know me, and I probably would stop there.
So
I think I would stop sooner. If I made it to like 400, I would probably stop because I know it's like.
This was my blackjack rules of why I typically won. I was very strict on it, by the way. Of like, I'd buy in.
I've watched you play.
I would have 300 to play with. My goal was to win $100, but my goal was to win one hand over the minimum bet over $100. If I lose that hand, I'm out. It's done. Now, if I win, I keep going to the next 50 and try to win one hand over the next 50. That's my new cutoff. So if I get to 160, say it's a $10 game, 160, I lose, I'm at 150, I'm done. If I keep winning, I'll keep going. So now the next one's 200. So it was very modest. Like sometimes I'd win $100 in 5 minutes. I'm like, all right, I'm done.
So I would do
like,
that.
You're done? Because I used to go like, yeah, that was my goal. Because I'm gonna lose if I keep playing.
So I would do that when I'm playing like was it Poker Stars on online or something. I go into a cash game and just say, look, all right, you cash in with 25,000. All right, like if I get to 40, just in addition to what I already have, or I'm sorry, 40 total. So that's 15 over. I'm okay with that. Like because sometimes if I do something like that, it means I don't have a lot of chips. So it's like I got to be conservative. It's like all right, if I get to 40, cool. As soon as I get to 40, I'm like all right, time to log off. It's very easy because it's on the fucking phone. I can just log off and go look at twerk videos. That's all. It's very easy. Go jerk off. Another addiction.
So I do remember there was a point where I became too used to winning every time. I'd win my little 100, add to my little stack, and I was carrying it all with me. And one night, and in Maryland Live, for some reason, I never win. Never. Something's weird. And I do watch them. They don't use usually a blackjack. You're supposed to shuffle the deck. You use it to the cut card. Yeah. Maryland Live, they use these automatic shufflers. And I noticed the dealer, when a whole bunch of good cards come out, they'd leave them out for the next hand and then put them back in. So the automatic shuffler makes it impossible to count cards because, all the cards are in play at all times. Yeah. But they leave them out when a bunch of face cards come out. And I'd be like, that's weird because face cards are in your favor. With the automatic shuffler, though, by the way, it's in your favor to get blackjack because there's always the aces and all the tens are always in the hand. So that works to your favor, but card counting is out of the equation. Can't do it. Something at Maryland Live is weird, though. My percentage of winning there was so low compared to any other casino. Something was fishy.
Shenanigans.
And they have these automatic shufflers. I'm like, okay, this is weird. One time, though, I probably won like 20 times in a row of $100, so I had a quite amount built up. And this night, I'm getting like these dream hands and just not hitting any of them. It's like I'm hitting 11. The dealer shows a 6. I'm like splitting, getting multiple 11s, doubling down, and just like the worst. And I'm just going down and down and down, but I'm just like so confident I can win it back. And now I'm sweating. I'm like down like $800, but I get the best hand. But it was so scary because I had to risk so much. It was like I had split, I think, up to 4 times on this one hand. The dealer's showing a 6, but it's like I'm playing by the book. Like I have to do this. Like this is what you're supposed to do. And then I'm getting a 11, so I got to double. I'm doubling. Like 4 hands, I doubled down. I don't hit 21 on any of them, but I'm like still playing by the book of like, oh my God, I'm like sweating now because now I'm like, it's the biggest hand I ever played. And thank God the dealer busted. And I was like, that made me basically even. And I was like, I'm out. And they were mad. Like I could tell the dealer was like, I'm telling you, they're trying to get you to lose in Maryland Live.
Well, yeah. I mean, Yeah, they're not saying come in
Because
here
the
and win
dealer
our money.
usually wants you to win because they get money on the tips. So they're
True,
like, but the pit boss doesn't want you to win.
of course not.
But yeah, I was like, thank God I won that because I was so far in the hole that put me back in even in one hand. But I could have been really out, and that turned me off. And the fact I went to the casino, I think maybe a week after, this old lady was just screaming at this dude, and it just turned me so off of gambling. Again, because she was claiming this person was playing wrong, and little did she know, like, I mean, I'm doing the math, like, actually they played it right, you played wrong.
Of course.
But the way she cussed at him, I was just like, this is. I just saw it too much of like the people that are regularly playing blackjack have issues.
Oh yeah.
It's like depressed, angry, bitter people.
Well, I mean, that's where the addiction comes in too. It's like there's very few addictions where there's a positive coming out of it. Like it's like if you're sitting there in the casino playing the slots, playing blackjack, playing poker, you're like you need that hit, you need that fix. And if you start, and there's some people who have that addiction where they don't care if they lose. They like that gamble. They like all right, this is a big hand. If you miss it, it sucks. But that adrenaline, it's there.
I've seen people throwing thousands at a time for that little rush. Comes like,
see, that's the thing.
As much as I played,
wonder.
I'm playing chump change.
I wonder though. It's like if I won like the fucking lottery, if that, because I don't have many addictions, if any at all, and gambling for sure ain't one of them. But I wonder, it's like I got disposable income now. Let's fucking have fun.
Yeah, I was thinking about this the other day of like just the people that are set for life. Say you had a hit song, now you're set for life. That song still makes you money. But those people, I mean, what are you supposed to do the rest of your life? Not work. Mm. So those people usually tend to like invest or start some other company because it's like even though you don't need to work, I think it's just human nature. Like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, you want to do something.
You need to do something.
That's always the weird thing about the ideal of like people with money. It's like, well, because people. I had a friend the other day. Actually, it's kind of ties together, but not. I had a friend the other day tell me people don't want to work. Meanwhile, they're not working. I was like, well, son, what are you doing? Like, are you working? Well, I mean, no. But all right, then shut the fuck up. But that's the thing. It's like, okay, let's say I hit the lottery. Most people, like, I don't know, my thought is always if I won the lottery, I would go out. Well, first off, our podcast situation would be fucking fire, son. It was like, let's just go get silly because we can afford to get silly. But also, I would go and do a lot of volunteer work. It's like, because I'm not worried about getting paid for it. I want to do shit to like, oh my God, look at this. Up 9, son.
Yo, I stopped paying attention since I had this damn narwhal.
Actually, I am feeling it a little bit. But yeah, it's like the whole thing with like, if you have all this money, it's like, well, what are you going to do with it? It's like, well, yeah, you have people that are going to gamble. You're going to have people that are go start a record label, shit like that. You just don't know. But let me real quick go take a piss. I got to check on the kid real quick.
23-14.
Told you. Hey, Manuel, we talked this up, son. I know you listening. Because, like, you listen to us, I listen to you, son. This is how we do.
Damn, he only had a little bit of this one, too. But this one is a heavy hitter.
I mean, I'm feeling
I wish you had a little more.
I don't want more of it. It don't taste good enough for me to want more. I may as well go take a fucking shot of whiskey then. Don't give me the look. Don't. I'm not even looking at you.
Why would you say that to me? Like, I'm gonna be like, no, you shouldn't.
All right. We're gonna take a pause break. We may come back with whiskey. I don't know. To be continued.
It's Monday. Why not?
Yeah, it's fucking Monday. Why not? What fucking guy? All right. See, that took a few minutes, but y'all would have never guessed it.
We were fast though.
Seconds. I had to go check on the kid because she's got her Christmas tree up in her room now, and said let her have the lights on before bed, and she was like, Dad, remember, when I go to sleep, you have to come turn the lights off. And I was like, well, yeah, but you go to sleep. Don't worry about it. You go to sleep. She's trying to stall because, 6-year-olds. Anything they could do to stall and try to get more, like, awake time. I was like, yo, son, chill. Yo, I said the other day, I can't remember what was going on. I was like, yo, bus chill, son. And you could see her working out the equation. Bus chill, son. Huh. Cause now out here playing with the toys, and she was like, nah, son, nah, we ain't doing that today. You don't want to see this spice. I was like, what? It's like, you don't want the spice? I was like, Sophie, some of the words that you say kind of don't work together, but I get what you're trying to say. Son, just chill. She was like, so she's like, son, just chill. It's like, it's funny to watch the human brain work that way at that age, because it's like they're putting their pieces together. Like, this is gonna be my lingo later on. And so I was like, yo, why are you talking like that? It was like, back up off me, son. Oh yeah, she used to say that too. She's backed up off of that one for a while. But like if I say get in the fight stance, she'll get her hands up and she's ready. She'll go, back up off me, son. I'm like, then I'll leg kick her. I was like, you're not even watching your legs. She was like, what? You didn't tell me to. I was like, I'm not supposed to. Like, if you get into a fight, no one's going to tell you watch your legs. They're just going to chop your legs now. Probably most people won't. But still, it's like, no, you got to be ready for that. Like, oh, okay. It's a work in progress. Like, when I see those, like, little kids, like, at gyms, like, just fucking ripping at the fucking hit mitts, I'm like, that's not my kid. Like, although she's not bad. Is like, she's definitely not, like, the fucking kids that live in the gym, for sure. But, you know, you tell her jab, cross hook, uppercut, you know, she goes into it. Her kicks are a little spotty, but whatever. Like, she knows how to throw a good leg kick. She knows how to throw a decent teep, push kick, you know, things like that. But she's not great at it. But she's fucking 6, and she only does it like once a month. So what are you fucking
She's
expecting?
not world champion yet?
Not yet. Which
Philly
is good.
scored, by the way.
Fuck them.
23-21. So we got a good Monday night game.
All right, we're in the third, though, right?
Yeah, almost the fourth, though. I think it's a minute left. Ready to review this?
Yeah.
This was an interesting one. I think it's called Narwhal, which reminds me of that music interviewer, Nardwar. Have you ever seen him?
Nope.
The guy who wears like a French hat. Oh, you got to see one of his videos just one time.
Sounds like somebody else slapped.
He often interviews rappers, and he's been doing this for years. I think he's from Canada. He wears like a weird hat. He looks like freaking Where's Waldo in a way.
Of course.
Super nerdy looking guy. But he'll like interview you and bring you gifts, but like his gifts are like super obscure facts about you. Like he'll like say you're a Ghostface killer. He knows who your best friend was in 2nd grade. You know, just like trip you out of like, how do you know this? That's what it reminds me of. Because Nardwar. He has this stupid. Oh, and he always ends the episode. By the way, his interview he goes, doot 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 doot, and you're supposed to go doot doot. But there's so many rappers, you know, they play too cool for school. Just like, fuck you. I'm not doing that.
I wouldn't do it.
Oh, if I was a celebrity, I'd be like, nah. But no, he does give you some cool gifts though. So he generally give you like some records of like something to do with your past. Clearly he does his research, but also at the same time it's like a little overkill. Anyways, Narwhal by Sierra Nevada, which they've made some good beers. Out of, it's funny is it says a bunch of different states on here. Could be Chico, California, or Mills River, North Carolina. We'll go with one of those.
Yeah.
It's a Russian Imperial Stout, so there's notes of espresso, baked cocoa, slight smoky taste. I would say it tastes more chocolatey than any beer I've ever had. But I guess the fun factor, and I feel it, 10.2%.
Not mad at it.
And I actually like this one. The taste isn't typically what I like, but I don't know. As you drink it, it's not overly bearing as some can be this style. I think we've had very few this style that have scored well, like the stout type beers, because they tend to be heavier. But I don't feel heavy in my stomach.
This is lighter, for sure.
And I didn't think the taste was, and the taste grew on me as I drank it. It definitely has a coffee and a chocolate taste, with a slight bitter. Yeah, I'd say this is one of the best stouts I've had. And the fact that it's 10.2%, it's impressive.
Yeah.
And I feel it. And I feel like hear myself sounding like I feel it.
I can feel it a little bit. I mean, I definitely, like, I don't typically care for stouts. And this one didn't taste as powerful as the others. And it's definitely not as heavy as the others. The 10% helps. This is a hard one to judge for me because I personally don't, I wouldn't drink this. I wouldn't buy it. But I think, people who are into the style would enjoy it.
If you like stouts, you're going to love this one.
I'm going to give it a 6.8. And that's based off the fact that, again, I think others would enjoy this that are into it. I would recommend it to them. I'm just not into it. So that's why it's where
fair.
It's at.
That's fair. I'm going to give it a 7.3.
That's fair.
I'm not a big stout guy either, but I mean, I think I've appreciated them more now than I used to. But this one's a good one, and the 10.2, I'm having fun.
All right, well, let's have some more fun. We got this bullet here to chug down.
I will say this encouraged this next drink.
All right, cheers, son.
I mean, we drink whiskey out of, let me see my.
Yeah, it says White Belt Tears. Mine's Jiu-Jitsu. This is by my buddy Zach, student of BJJ. So, here we go. Ooh.
And Washington beats. So what's good about this, honestly, Washington doesn't have a great chance of making the playoffs, whether they win or lose. Because of that division. I mean, they still would be alive, but they need a lot to happen. But what it does is, as you know, I'm a Kirk Cousins fan. Mm-hmm. This could potentially put Minnesota at number 1, so I can't hate on that.
Yeah, look,
I like watching Heineke. He's clearly not. He doesn't have an arm. I don't know.
Well, I think the team responds better to him.
Oh, for sure. The team loves him. I don't think the team likes Wentz at all. Yeah. I mean, you see every time Heineke wins, like the team, Terry McLaurin comes out. It's just like, I love Heineke, blah, blah, blah. Chase Young, no secret, he loves. And Chase Young's coming, by the way. He still doesn't play
never mind. Interception.
No.
Hold on. Why?
What is this?
What's going on? Like, what's going on here? Oh, was he just down?
Yeah.
That's it. That's dumb.
We pumped up Heineke, and he did what Heineke does.
Way to fuck it up. Way to be Wentz.
He's going to respond because he'll throw 4 picks a game, but when it matters, he'll somehow come through.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the lack of arm. He made the right read.
Yeah. That throw where he was going wasn't wrong. It's just he doesn't have the arm.
The outside and deep. That's a touchdown.
Yeah, it's like you see where he's going with it. He just can't get it there.
See, it's like when you play, like when I was playing in those Madden leagues, throwing power was the most important stat in Madden because that doesn't go up very much. You can get away with a bad quarterback, but you got that throwing power. You can throw that deep and just go run and get it with the running receiver.
Yeah.
Heineke's the quarterback you don't want in Madden. He's probably the worst quarterback in Madden. Tua's got to probably be pretty bad, man, because he doesn't have the arm.
He ain't got a hip.
Because the accuracy doesn't help you in Madden.
No, he ain't got no hip either, fucker.
But he's Tua.
Yeah, Samoans will be playing quarterback. He'll be linemen and linebackers.
Hey, Tua's about to win MVP.
I ain't mad at
probably
that.
Kermit.
Yeah, of course, but I'm not mad if Tua won it.
We're gonna hear your speech about it.
I feel like
he got to thank Miss Piggy in one of these.
Maybe golf. 2 in a row, son.
Golf. Well, you might be saving your coach's job because he was definitely on the hot seat. And I like him, but
I think what they're at 3 wins now. I think if they get 4.
Just 4?
Well, because they won 3 last year. So, the ideal is to improve of any sort. So, they get 4. He's still good for next year. But he has to win.
He has to get a quarterback. And not that golf's terrible, but...
Yeah. It's.
I think that's
it's not just that. It's like they need receivers, too. Like, they have St. Brown. And he stepped up majorly. But they needed... Well, and they got the kid out of Alabama.
Yeah, we got to see
He's coming back from injury. But
I've been trying to hold him all year, but... And now looks like, if you guys probably lose next week. I bet he sits.
Yeah, he
If you
should.
guys win, then maybe he's gonna pop up.
I say sit him regardless. I mean,
But yeah, he's supposed to be a burner.
so I mean that's something to look forward to next year. But I think they need to.
Then Swift. Unfortunately, Swift is an absolute beast when he plays, but now he's been hurt I feel like he's been hurt the majority of every season he's
Yeah,
played.
absolutely. I think with the Lions also defensively, it's just something that they are the worst defense in the league. They're letting up the most points. They really need. I mean, they took Hutchinson, number 2 overall, and that's a big help. That helps on the line. That helps the morale. But what I think they need to do next. I mean, they got 2 first-round picks next year. And if
Yeah,
the
so
Rams
they can get
keep
one with a
going,
quarterback because there's supposed to be several quarterbacks.
this is a
coming out
pretty
next year.
decent quarterback draft, son.
So you get one, then load up on defense. Maybe get if Williams can work out.
Hey, real quick, speaking of Alabama quarterbacks, Quentin Milroe went to school with him. His son, backup quarterback down there at Alabama right now.
Damn.
So, shout out to him. I don't know his first name, but shout out to Milroe.
Oh, so that huge football tournament that we had, I ran in, or as I was leaving, ran into Sekou and Irving. Because Irving was our star quarterback.
Yeah. I thought you had more.
No, that's it.
That's why I was
They're
like chilling.
sup?
I was like just chilling. Like,
Just dap
okay,
'em up.
is there more? No more? Okay. you're
Well,
done?
I knew Sekou's a Giants fan, so it was kind of funny. I told him because I have Lamar in every league as my quarterback, and so this week I had to scramble for a quarterback. Unfortunately, I find he's not doing very well tonight.
Gross.
But I think I won in both games. One is because in the beer club league, I think I'm playing Amber.
Oh,
And
yeah.
she had Joe Burrow with no backup, and she just left Burrow in.
I feel like she messaged
I
me
think
about
she
that.
couldn't-
And I didn't text her back.
I was looking at her. I could kind of understand a little bit, except that she's in a position she needs to win. Is that she was going to have to let go of someone good. Which Bea had to do for her lineup because at the last minute, Kyler Murray wasn't going to play.
Oh, yeah.
And she let go of Rodgers, so Rodgers is available.
Okay, that's what that was. Because I saw Rodgers was
If
available.
she knew,
and I was like,
if she knew Murray was gonna play, she would have kept Rodgers and just played Rodgers. So
Yeah.
she had a lot of because she had a lot of Ravens, as I do this week. So I had Heineke in 2 leagues, and luckily I think in both of those leagues I already won. Because Heineke's not playing well at all this game, despite us winning right now. But I started Daniel Jones, and when I ran into Sekou, I remember him being a Giants fan. I was just like, "Yeah, I'm starting Daniel Jones this week because there's no other option." And he actually had a good game. I mean, not great fantasy-wise, but I think he was like 14 for 17, something low numbers, but 2 touchdowns. And Saquon Barkley is up there for MVP.
Yeah.
The Giants, they lost 3? 2
2
or 3.
Yeah, I think
Maybe
they're 3.
it's 2, 3.
I think they're 3.
Because now, I mean, I feel like
they might be at 2 because the
I think
Cowboys
they're- 'cause,
lost.
Yeah, I think
And they're ahead of the
jumped ahead
Cowboys now. So that was something I noticed
And
in
their
our league.
wins aren't like pretty, but they're winning.
A win is a win. So
Yep.
Giants were 7-2. Cowboys were 6-3.
Yeah.
So shout out to
Giants
them.
jump ahead.
So I did
Their
see in our
coach is
league.
beast.
I saw that Rodgers was available, and for a brief second, I did go to pick him up to drop Russell Wilson. Because fuck Russell Wilson,
Oh damn! If
I'm
you have
sorry.
Russell Wilson,
Mr. Sierra.
that might be the only person that makes sense to pick up Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, I was like looking like, damn, like he's like 15 every week.
I mean, Russell Wilson, I mean, I don't know. But, like, so I started Trevor Lawrence this week over Russell Wilson. And at halftime, Russell Wilson was looking like the better pick because he was projected to get, like, 30. And, he was looking solid. And Trevor was not. It was like he was projected to get, like,
feel like
14. And then it flip-flopped.
With
And it
that trade, Pete Carroll should win Coach of the Year. Of just like, this dude got rid of Russell, got some picks out of him, and then Geno Smith's just killing it.
Yeah.
And everyone thought freaking Seattle was tanking when they announced Geno Smith as the quarterback.
So let me look at the Giants real quick because Detroit plays the Giants next week. So
That's gonna actually be a good game.
I gotta know what's going on here.
Because Detroit, when when all the receivers were out, when St. Brown was out, they struggled a few games. But otherwise, you guys have been. I bet you guys put up 30 as much as any other team.
Yeah, easily. So let's see here. So the Giants, week 1, they won 21-20 against Tennessee. Week 2, 19-16 versus the Panthers. They lost to the Cowboys by a touchdown. They beat the Bears by 8. They beat the Packers by 5.
Damn, the Packers just lost everyone in MCs.
They beat the Ravens by 4.
Oh, they beat the Ravens. That's a quality win.
They beat the the Jaguars by a touchdown. They lost to the Seahawks by 2 touchdowns. They beat the Texans by 8. So that Detroit game could be a fun one.
Yeah, because
that could be a high
that's
scoring
not an impressive resume besides beating the Ravens.
Yeah.
Which the Ravens have been missing a lot of
that was in that
receivers.
run where the Ravens were choking at the end, where they're making a bad decision at the end.
Oh, yeah.
And costing them
the game. One thing the Ravens need to do is stop having Lamar choose when they go for 4th downs. Because I don't remember him being right in quite a while. And I know he wants to go for it, but there's a coach for a reason.
Well, and that's the thing is, like, you're letting him make decisions. I mean, aren't you the coach? Come on.
And y'all don't even have him under contract, and you're letting him do that.
Dummy.
Yo, you know what's about to happen, right? We're about to have a new owner next year. Sean Payton's available. Sean Payton has been dying to work with Lamar. You're hearing it here first. Washington's about to have Sean Payton and Lamar as quarterback next year.
Not mad at it. Not mad at it at all.
With the weapons we have, Lamar would be like loving it. Like, what? I got 3 good receivers and running backs that can catch the
I've
ball.
never had a receiver.
I
got 3.
Terry McLaurin's about to get 1,600 yards.
I'm in. All right. Let me real quick move us along here. So I want to talk about this UFC card from the weekend. So it was the 30-year anniversary to the day for the UFC 281. And, dude, probably the best card since last year's Madison Square Garden card. So I was really in for 3 fights. Dustin Poirier versus Michael Chandler. Because Michael Chandler is a madman. He will force you to fight his fight. And Poirier is kind of the guy is like, he's collected. He'll outpace you and really work. But Michael Chandler's like, I don't want to hear none of that. I'm gonna make you earn this fight. So I was primarily in for that fight. When I saw that fight was booked, I was like, I don't care what else is on this card, I will order it. But then I saw the strawweight, the women's strawweight with Weili Zhang versus Carla Esparza. Weili Zhang, I've bought every card that she's been on because I'm a fan. I like Chinese. I like them a lot. She's cute. She's weird cute though. Like she's muscular because I know she could beat me. I might be into that. And then Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira. And the big thing to that is Alex Pereira like knocked Izzy out twice in kickboxing. So it was like, oh, let's see it happen here. Let's see what we get. Dan Hooker, he's one of Izzy's teammates. It was like, okay, I like Dan Hooker. He's good. He ended up winning with body shots. Just kicked because the dude that they fought, Claudio something I can't pronounce. He's a jiu-jitsu guy, so he kept trying to do an Imanari roll, and I guess he's got the record for most knee bar finishes in the UFC, which is 3, which is just a wild stat to even be keeping track of, I guess, whatever. But he kept trying to do an Imanari roll to get a hold of the leg, and it's like, look, Ryan Hall did that, and Ryan Hall's out of the UFC now, so stop. Eventually, Dan Hooker just kept hitting him with body shots, and just finally kicked him. It was like he just sat there and was like, okay, I'm done, no more. Frankie Edgar had his retirement fight, which is hard to see. One of the good guys from back in the day that you cheer for, and he's going against one of these young lions, Chris Gutierrez, and like he caught a flying knee, and it's like, did we expect that to go any other way? Frankie's, again, his last fight, he's on his way out. And I think he got fucking front kicked by Chito Vera. And I think that should have been the last fight. But that was tough. But then we get to the Dustin Poirier, Michael Chandler, which, the big thing about that fight is with the lightweight division now being kind of open, the question is, the winner of this, do they get a title shot? And, my neighbor, he was over here watching, and, he's like, absolutely not. They're gatekeepers, blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, since there's a new champ, yeah, you put them back in that mix. But Michael Chandler came out fucking guns a-blazing. He pressed Poirier, out-wrestled him because he's a wrestler. Poirier is not. And was fucking him up. He was up going into the third round 2-0, I think. They got into the third round, and they might not have gotten to the third. Let me see here. What did it say? Where was that finish? It was second or third. Hold on. Third round, yeah. So I think the mistake that Chandler made, he scooped Dustin up for like a big slam. He was going for the takedown, had him up on the shoulders, and Dustin kind of clung on to him, was able to get to Chandler's back and choked him out. Rear naked choke, 2 minutes. So I like Dustin Poirier. I like both those fighters because they're both chaotic. But I've been watching Poirier since he was on that MTV special Fightville. And it was basically like, following fighters like in the life of a fighter. This was like, I think he had just gotten into the UFC.
I remember I used to, just hear about him before he was super big, just because of Theo Von came from the same area as him and would always be like a big supporter. And he would have him on before he was like champion. He sounds like a super humble, super nice.
And that's the thing. If you saw him earlier on in his career, like off appearance, you wouldn't get that from him. You would not have thought that. But then, once you start hearing him talk on the mic after the fights, it's like, this dude's a really fucking nice guy, man.
And wasn't he the one that admitted he was like, I don't even love fighting. It's just what I'm good at.
Yeah, he was like, I don't like doing this. It's just I'm good at it. I think after the Conor fight, he was like, yeah, I don't like doing this. I don't want to do it, but it's what I can do. I'm getting paid to do it. Why not?
Washington kicked the field goal, so we're at 5 points.
All right, I'm not mad.
Chances are getting a little better.
I'm not mad because that forces Philly to have to get a touchdown.
Gotta get a touchdown. I think there's 5 minutes left.
So, but yeah, Dustin won that fight, and on my Instagram picks, I did pick the first 3 fights perfect. Weili Zhang versus Carla Esparza. The thing with this fight is I don't think Carla should have been the champion because that fight with Rose, I still haven't watched it because I heard it was so boring that neither of them did anything. I think Carla got a takedown, and that's what the judge was basically like, all right, just give it to her for getting the takedown. So going into this fight, I knew. It was like, just having watched Carla fight since her Invicta days, she's a pure wrestler. She's got a little bit of ground and pound, but she's a pure wrestler. And Weili Zhang, she can fight everywhere. And, they're kind of filling each other out. Carla tried to take her down, and Weili Zhang was like, all right, you think I'm fucking scared of the ground, bitch? Get the fuck out of here. Boom, hit the ground, survive. I would say the first round probably went to Carla just because of the takedown, which is, it's a little dumb because she didn't do a lot with it, but judges don't know how to fucking score a fight. I say that as a guy who doesn't judge fights, but anyhow. So the second round gets there, business as usual. Carla goes for the takedown, but Weili got her in a crucifix where her legs are kind of she's on her back, and her legs are holding one arm, and then she's got the other arm with her with one arm, and then she went for a choke, and we're like, there's no way that's not a real choke. You can't do anything with that. I didn't realize she let go of the arm and then went for a rear naked choke from there, because she did end up getting the tap there. Second round, rear naked choke from crucifix. New champion, shout out. So that means her and Rose are going to fight again. I love it because anytime Rose is on the card, I order it because I love Rose. I love Weili Zhang, and I love seeing those two girls fight. So bring it on, make it happen. And I think Rose might have beat her twice. I know Rose knocked her out with that head kick, and I think she beat her in the decision. So bring it on because, violence. Then we get to the main event. Izzy versus Alex. A lot of fun. Like the first round, they're kind of filling each other out. Just it was a kickboxing match with 4-ounce gloves. At the end of the round, Izzy clipped him. You saw the knees buckle, and the horn went off. Another 2 seconds, that fight's over. Izzy wins the first round, just off of that alone. Second round, Alex kind of storms back a little bit. He gets a takedown too. Oddly enough, we didn't think that would be the guy going for the takedown, but he is much bigger than Izzy. But he got the takedown. Now we're even, 1-1. Third round, Izzy got him down, and then Izzy like kind of basically showed him like, look, I'm a better grappler than you, and he knew how to use his weight to kind of hold Alex in place. And you can see, like, because I'm sitting with my neighbor, I'm like screaming at the TV because there's so many things. He was like, yo, you can do a fucking shoulder roll right out of that. It's like all this open space for him to get away. But it's easier to see that from here versus being there. And also, he's not a grappler, so he's not aware of those things. But Izzy won the next round. You go into the fourth round. Izzy did the same thing. He was like, fuck this. I'm just going to fucking grapple this guy down because this guy hits hard. He's knocked me out twice. Pissed down my leg. I don't want to be here.
He set himself up.
And then, so Izzy's up 3-1. We get to that fifth round. And
I read some stuff just like his corner was like, you got to knock him out.
Yeah. Izzy was winning. And Alex's corner was like, yo, you got to knock him out. I was like, well, he's like, you got to go. You got to fucking go. I was like, I got to knock him out. He was like, you better knock him out. So, and yeah, I mean, basically, he like that's the one thing that was wild about this is like Alex used the space in the cage very well. Like he knew the one thing that I wish he would have done. Well, we got a fumble.
What?
Come on, son.
What?
Come on,
it was
son.
such a big game.
Come
Philly
on,
just
son.
fucked up. Yo, they just got a huge pass game, but dude fumbled.
Oh, I love it.
Oh my god, we might actually win this.
They just gotta chill now.
Yo,
burn that clock.
Look, this was a big game.
Let's see, big play. Look at that. There go Hurts. Big arm. There we go.
Big arm.
Oh my
big
god.
Catch.
Oh my god.
Oh fuck.
That ball is out. Yeah, that's weird. Hold on. There was no touch there.
Yeah, he got touched before that, but he made another move.
Boom.
Oh.
Ball is clearly out. That's a fumble. Don't even try to challenge it, son. You'll lose your timeout.
The only thing I'm worried about is if he got touched on the way down, they count it.
I don't know.
But he had like 2 more steps after he first got touched.
Yeah. Oh, no. That was a clear catch. He made a football
It doesn't
move.
look like they're even going to challenge it.
You better not, bitch.
Because y'all need your timeouts. Because we're about to, Heineke's about to score.
You're about to get butt fucked. So, but yeah, basically, yeah, one thing that Alex, I mean, it's weird to say, but because he won the fight, but what he kept doing with Izzy is he would get him up against the cage. And one thing a lot of fighters would do is, well, he's got a strong left hook, so then cut it off so you have to force Izzy this way into the hook. And, he was kind of going here, so making Izzy go to the right. It's like, so he's giving him kind of an out. But he got him up on the cage and it was like basically got him here, kind of cut it a little bit, hit him with the hook. And you could see as soon as he caught Izzy, that as soon as the hook landed, you knew it was over. Because like you just saw his eyes like, oh shit. Then Izzy went to grab him. Like it was a weird like reach for a grab. That's how you knew he was out of it. He like reaches up. So his hands are out and he was just eating shots at that point. It was like, oh no, it's over. It's over. And Izzy was a good sport about it. He bowed at the end. It was like, he went to the press conference. He was like, yeah, I mean, as a fighter, you never want to be called that way. He was like, I thought I was still good, but the ref called it. My corner said I was out. I respect it. Rematch for sure. If this was a first round knockout, no rematch. Get the fuck out of here. But he was winning. It's the same thing as Usman. Usman, who was dominating that Leon Edwards fight and got caught at the end with the head kick. So it's no different. No different. Oh,
That was
Oh,
a big first
oh,
down get.
there's a flag.
Eagles are. Well, no, Heineke's like, what?
What do we call in?
It was weird how open he was.
Oh, come on.
Pass.
Pass interference? Fuck out of here.
You can't have offensive pass interference. It was whack. Bunch of
Trash.
Eagles fan referees.
No, they put money on you fucking cheats. Let's see. Where's this interference that you fucking claim happened? I see nothing wrong.
He ran his
No,
route. He ran
there's
into
nothing
him.
at
That was
all.
a clever route.
Whatever. Loses.
I don't understand that stuff though. Like, there's the NFL has one thing I dislike about the NFL is so much judgment calls because offensive holding happens almost every play. So it's like they can pick and choose when they call it. You're not supposed to grab jersey. You're not. I mean, it's supposed to be like inside the numbers.
Yeah.
You can almost call it though every time if you look for it. Oh shit! He almost got that. I don't know. Riverboat Ron could try to end the game.
I kind of feel I don't know. I feel like I would go for it. Was it 4th and 1? Yeah, but it's on their it's on their own 30 though.
But they need a touchdown.
Or like their own 40 or whatever.
Yeah, if they need a touchdown, they gotta kick it.
Yeah.
Especially because our defense. But that's the play right there. That was a first down. What the hell? Those pick plays happen all. That's all the Patriots used to run.
They should have fake punted. Got you, bitch. Don't try to get up. Fuck you think you're going. So
all right, we got a 3 minutes 30 seconds.
So yeah,
got the ball at the 20.
But yeah, basically the question is with that, you would say, is he gets a rematch? But then one of the things they were talking about on the commentary table was like, Alex got fast tracked to this fight, so he got to skip over Marvin Vittori. He got to skip over Kelvin Gastelum. He got to skip over Robert Whitaker, who was like the number 1 contender for the belt. He fought Sean Strickland, but that was a matchup that was made for him because Strickland's retarded, so he's going to try to stand with him to prove a point, knowing that he's going to get knocked into December. So, it's almost like you hand it to him versus if he fought Whitaker. Whitaker is a striker, but Whitaker can wrestle, and Whitaker's a big, strong dude. So it's like, I get that you want to see this fight because of the previous knockouts, but it's also kind of that unfair thing because it's like, well, I mean, I don't know that he would have made it through Whitaker because Whitaker is a smart fighter. Either way it goes, though, it was a great fucking card. Like, after the knockout, my neighbor and I, we jumped up screaming. I'm pretty sure I woke Sarah up. Then I went upstairs and woke Sarah up and made her watch the fight card with me.
I imagine that's got to be a shocker, like, the way the fight was going.
Yeah. But, I mean, again, Usman, same thing, both from Nigeria. Same deal.
Yeah, it's just like there are those rivalries where, like, sometimes one dude's way better than the other, but the other dude just has the number on them for whatever reason.
And that's the thing is, like, I don't know. I mean, like, Izzy MMA-wise, I think is better. He was obviously winning that fight. But, and that's the thing. Dana White even said in the press conference. He was like, you get to a point where you're up 3-1 in the 5th, just avoid the guy. Like, why are you still there? And, that's it. He got clocked and lost the belt. So, we'll see.
We might win this game.
I'm in. I'm in for that. Hey, let me go pee real quick, and then we're going to talk about the car, because I want to know. All right. That was good. Hey, after you go to the bathroom and you wash your hands, which soap do you use? You use that, the soft soap, or you use the foam joint?
I guess I never paid attention.
I mean, I always pay
It's
attention.
the squirt.
Well, they both squirt.
I know. I don't think I look.
I mean, trust me, when she squirts, I look, and it's wild. But I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, all over the fucking bed. Put
Do
a
you
towel
think
down.
it's pee?
So it's a weird thing,
That's a
son.
weird myth.
It's a weird thing.
Someone claimed they proved it was pee.
So, and there are a lot of people that claim that it is not.
Those weren't scientists.
Yeah, well, I don't know. But it's like, look, man, you feel good? I don't care. Do what you got to do. But I'm going to tell you this much right now. Understand this. You just pissed all over my bed. You taking a shot in the mouth.
Dang.
Yeah, man. Yeah, shit's nasty. But when I'm like, oh, skeet, thank you. And then she's
I
like,
think they should.
and then she goes, bon appetit.
Because it's very nutritious.
Compliments to the chef. And I'm like,
Nutritious.
fucking weirdo.
High in protein.
I mean, there's
I think it's supposed to be good for your skin.
yeah. So I was about to say, there's
There's a
this
lot of
chick
benefits.
apparently that claimed that she so there's a show, Nip Tuck, used to be on FX. It was a fun show, weird show, but fun show. There's two guys that are plastic surgeons, and they always got into these wacky adventures. But there's one episode where there's one chick, she was marketing this skin gel, and it turns out she had two teenage boys. It was their baby batter. And then it became a question of ethics. It was like, is this ethical? It was like, I mean, I don't know that it's not, but I don't know. But apparently there's a shortage on, like, black sperm at sperm banks, so I'm here to save the world. Like, just wait till December 1st, son. I'm going to fill all those cups up. I've been participating in No Nut November, so, you know, I've been doing pretty good. What are we on, the 18th? What's today? Today, like, might be the, wait, we're not the 18th. Sorry, we're on the 14th. I was trying to fast track us. You know, I'm a little stressed.
You've been participating in No Nut November?
I've been also sick and just busy too. So it wasn't by choice. I just noticed, like, oh my God, I haven't jerked off at all. I usually do this fucking at least twice a night, and I haven't done it at all. Part of me being sick is like, I don't think about it. I'm just like, oh, I'm fucking sick as shit. But it used to be like, I'm sick, I still get one out. Like, even when, like, I had the blockage in my intestines and I thought I was about to die, I still had to crank one out because I thought I was going to die. So I wanted to make sure I got one good shot off before, like, I perished. Fortunately, I didn't die. But, you know, I was preparing for the fact that I might die, so I wanted to, you know, make sure I made a mess. So, yeah, new car. What's up? Tell me about it.
Yeah, so I don't have it here with me tonight since we're drinking, but and it draws a little attention. But basically, it's called a Veloster N. So a Veloster was like a cheaper hatchback of Hyundai, but the Veloster N is friggin' a race car. This car, I had high expectations for it, and why I went to New York to go get it. Exceeds my expectations by 20. Like,
Nice.
This is the funnest car to drive ever. The best way I could describe it is it's a menace. So the technology in it went all to the driving experience. So I have a button I can press. It looks like a Spider-Man graph type thing. I can adjust everything on the fly in terms of like steering, throttle, suspension, exhaust, everything basically. So it is the fastest front-wheel drive car you can get. It pops and gargles if I want it to, but I can also shut.
I don't know what that means.
I can shut the exhaust off if I want. Like if, you know, early morning, I don't have to be obnoxious. But when I want to drive for fun,
Why would you not?
if I want to turn the performance up, I can literally just press a button. It goes from Toyota Corolla hatchback in eco mode to friggin' full-on race car. Like, it's track ready.
Nice.
So I'll love to take you in it. I have to get to 600 miles to break it in. And then there's some features I can use, like there's a launch mode. So this car will go 0 to 60 under 5 seconds. It is crazy. Like, from second to third gear, the way it throws you back is violent.
I don't know
in a
that
fun
I
way.
would feel that.
But I'll say this. So it's a hatchback. It feels like you're driving a V8. And the steering feels so amazing. I can't explain it, but I could put it in like a light mode where it feels like a normal car, which normal cars have power steering. You know, it's a light feeling. When I put it all the way up into sport, it feels like a race car. So just a slight push. It's heavy. It's the funnest car I've ever driven. But I think you'll like the gargles and pops it does. It's red and black. Did you see it at all? I can send you a picture.
Not. Yeah, I haven't seen it.
It's so fun. Like, I can't tell you how fast it is though. Like, but what I like about it, and you know me, I've always been into this, is not being the obvious fast, like a Camaro GT Mustang. This will keep up with it. Oh, that was sad.
Boom! No, that's where it
Oh,
counts.
that's
right
a
there.
penalty.
And he knew. He put his hand right up.
Yo,
He knew.
yo, that's the play of the game by Taylor. Taylor down the ball and got hit, but cheered like he just did the best play of the game.
And Jalen Hurts is like, yo, what the fuck, yo?
Yo, that was a bad penalty.
Yep, you dumb fucks.
But did it count as a penalty? Second and 6?
Yeah, well, so they got...
Oh, we're just down. Yo, we won?
Oh, yeah. It's go time, son.
No, it's third down. They're going to have some time.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be hard, though.
But, yeah.
As long as you don't freaking Denver versus the Ravens.
So the thing is, what they got to do is they got a QB spot because Jalen can run.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't do a run play on that, though.
Yeah.
Try to get the first down and game's over.
Try to get you in field goal range, maybe, just in case you need it.
Wait, third down?
Yeah, it's third and 8 right now.
They are going to get the ball, but it's going to be like... What's
do
the
the fakes...
What are they going to have,
So,
1 second?
They'll have
2 seconds, 3 seconds?
They'll punt it. So you got to hope the
9
return.
seconds, it looks
You
like.
got to hope the return doesn't
11
go well.
seconds.
So
No, why wouldn't you do a run play, though? I mean, you're risking, I guess, a fumble, but...
maybe, yeah. I mean, we saw Buffalo yesterday, so you know.
Yo, Josh Allen is the anti-clip.
Yeah, Josh Allen probably isn't feeling too good about himself right now. So I mean, he's an NFL quarterback. Like, he'll be all right. He's rich.
Oh yeah.
So,
Josh Allen. I mean, if he's your quarterback, at least you got a quarterback.
Let's see if 5 seconds
All
left.
right, so the Eagles got to go 90 yards in 5 seconds. Otherwise,
dude, it could be done.
First loss.
I don't know if you remember Michigan versus Colorado. Cordell Stewart did that Hail Mary. Fuck that dude. I cried
Cordell
that
Stewart
weekend.
slash and
I cried that weekend.
Slash and
It was just slash. Just
no,
call him
they used to
Slash.
have a double thing
For him. I don't remember. I know they call him Slash, but I called him fuck that dude. So
what's Ron Rivera doing?
He's fucking
like
up.
He's signaling.
He's
Let's
fucking
lose.
up. He's signaling. Let's play run defense right now.
Which is funny when you see Taylor with his headband. You know, it's time to shave the head. That shit's thin as fuck.
It's like, son, give up. Stop holding on.
All right, we're clearly in prevent.
Oh,
Which
boy.
when you have Montez, that's just, here we go.
Nope.
Oh shit! Touchdown, Washington. Game over.
You dumb bastards. You just made it look more dominant now by doing that. You fucking fucks. Oh my God.
Shit!
That's good stuff.
So yeah,
that's
there's
live
no
on
more
air.
undefeated.
Miami.
Yo, this is a great win for me because if I'm going to cheer for any
Dolphins are
other
popping
team,
bottles now?
it's Dolphins and Minnesota. Minnesota's popping bottles.
Dolphins are popping
Hey,
because
and
there's
we're
no
alive.
other-
We're alive. We
the
might get
Dolphins-
4 teams in the playoffs.
The Dolphins were like, look, we're the only NFL team to go completely undefeated and win the Super Bowl. And that still holds right now.
Yo, y'all lost to a guy that's barely hanging on to his hair.
This is great.
Ooh.
Look at that was just such a goofy move.
Yeah, who is that? I don't even know who that is.
Some guy who walked on this weekend. They said, hey, guy, you want to play football? I was like,
Yo,
sure.
I don't even. I can't see who it is.
Some guy who can't dance. That would stop and fire him.
Oh, how did that become a dance?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
need to
know.
make a Colompton dance. That
I
should
don't
go
know.
viral.
That's
The dumber it is, the more viral it'll be.
yeah. You can.
Yo, we
handle
make
that.
some like one bunny ear, one eye like this.
I'm not doing that. You can do that.
That shit will probably go viral.
You can do that. I'm not.
Yo,
I don't fucks with being on camera, to be honest.
Taylor should just go full bandana though. You know?
He should just go full shave the head.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's okay. So that's one thing I will say. I am kind of jealous of with some people. I got friends who shave their heads, and I look at it like, that looks good. I can't picture shaving my head. My head feels weird. It looks weird. So I'm like, I can't picture shaving my head. But then they're like, dude, don't let it go. Keep what you have. And I'm like, I mean, I'm not in a bad spot at all. But I'm like, I gotta cut my hair anyway. Plus, I got this beard coming in. Thanksgiving's coming up. So
I feel like if you're in the horseshoe, shave it.
oh yeah. Oh my God, yeah. Like, just let it go. So I've actually been accidentally participating in 2 November things. You know, no shave, no nut. You know, I'm just, letting it all hang out. I'm gonna shave probably tomorrow.
You might be able to grow a good beard.
I don't.
I've
I
never seen
can't.
you grow.
I
it
can.
very
I
far.
just don't like it. It's really fucking itchy.
But
And
you just gotta get past that initial stage.
no. So and even once I think once it's there, because I've had it, and it's like I don't like trim up around like the mustache area, so it gets real fucking weird on my lip. So I always like just shave it anyway. Like I have considered just like letting the beard grow and then shave my head, but it's like, look, if I go, I go all in. I'm gonna clean it all up. Balls too. Cause, dude, you gotta impress those people on OnlyFans. They don't like seeing hairy nuts. So
Some do. Some.
no,
That's a fetish.
not my fans. They're like, I'm not into it. I'm like, girl, come on.
I got news for you. It's probably not girl.
I mean, it used to be. I mean, like, yo, we're in America. We got new rules here, son. Dude, so many people. Dude, like, if the people listen to Off the Mats listen to this, yo, they're like,
Yo,
Don, you're such
I
a
feel like
horrible
I
human.
added some of my this or like questions I wrote because we were together earlier. Bea said I'll get banned, so I had to delete some of them.
So let's real quick do our movies because we got three of them here. Well, one of them I know I can't really say much about because I don't want to spoil it, so that one's gonna be short. You watch the oldie, and then I'll watch one that's a kind of newer oldie. So let's go into. You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
You can go.
All right. So I'm gonna jump to Wakanda Forever because that's the one that can be the shortest one. It opened up last weekend. I went to see it. There are talks beforehand because I went and recorded Nerd Rage that morning too. And as we're talking about, just kind of the MCU and the movie itself. The Marvel Cinematic Universe, they do their movies in phases, and Phase 4 has been kind of a disappointment for many. I think I crushed that. My bad.
No, it's just
I didn't even think about that. I just poured that shit.
I
think
drank it so fast. The taste was actually good.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
The percent's not good.
Yeah, unfortunately, but it'll work. But we're talking about like the Marvel Cinematic Universe in Phase 4, and it's just been kind of a letdown compared to the other three. But that's the problem though, too, the expectations. It's like, well, those other three were so good, we gotta expect everything to be great. Sometimes you have to fall down to get back up. So this movie had a lot to work with. It had to work with the fact that it's trying to carry a phase and redeem everything, which I don't think it did it at all. It also had to do with the fact that Chadwick Boseman passed away, and that's the toughest part right there. Is how do you handle that in the story, and then build your story moving forward. Those are the two big hurdles. So without spoiling much of the movie, they handled the passing of Chadwick Boseman the best way that they could possibly handle it. And I thought it was okay. I thought it was fine. Again, it was the best that they could do. The story itself was a fun story. The villain was Namor, the Submariner, which is a classic Marvel character. They finally got the rights from, I believe it was Universal. So they were able to put the character in the movie. I love the story. So in the original comic, he's the King of Atlantis, much like Aquaman for DC Comics. To separate themselves from that, they don't call it Atlantis. I can't remember what they call it because they use some Aztec words. And I'm like, yo, I don't speak that. But the dude who plays Namor steals the show. So fucking Angela Bassett kills it. The acting alone in this movie was so fucking good. And I'm not one to say acting's good or bad, but I was lost in this movie. It was really fucking good. The dialogue, not because of the actors, but just some of the writing was a little weird, but it was fine. It worked out. They introduced some new characters besides Namor. They introduced some new ideals moving forward for story. And they wrapped it up pretty. Like, this is a movie where, like, the first Black Panther was kind of a movie where you didn't need to watch the other movies to get what was going on. You could watch that movie alone. It was self-contained. This is the same exact way. You don't need these other movies to watch this movie. Even at the end, it ends in a way where it's like, I don't need any more. I could watch this movie right here and be done. You could pick this movie up without having watched the first Black Panther, honestly. But, and big credit to Ryan Coogler as writer and director of this film. Like, I want to go fucking see it again in theater.
So what would you give it as a score? Because I almost was trying to see it this weekend. It was just we had a lot to do.
It's rare that I do this. I'm gonna give it a 9.5.
Damn, we gotta see it, man.
I don't do 9.5s. And the only reason
9.5 for the Black Panther, new Black Panther.
The only reason it doesn't get a 10 is because, like I said, some of the dialogue was a little choppy. But, and I give it the 9.5 because, again, you don't need to watch any other movies after this. But I see the connecting parts to other movies outside of this. And it was good. There's no post-credit. There's no, like, after the credit, post-credit. There is a mid-credit scene. Definitely fought back tears. I was looking at that shit.
And the fact... I mean, if they can get a 9.5 with the lead character passing away, that's something.
And that's the thing. I had my issues with Letitia Wright, who plays Shuri, his sister. I don't particularly care for her as an actress. I don't think she's bad. I just don't care for her. Like, I liked her in Sing 2. She was awesome. But, as an animated cat. But, a little fur curious. No weirdo. But, she did a great job. The young lady who played Riri Williams did a great job.
Is that really one of the reasons we won? Taylor kneeled, and the Eagles' fucking helmet hit him.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, stay away from him.
That's one of...
But it was slick, because he ran as if, and then he kneeled. So
that play looked a little different than
the
last one they showed. It acted like he just kneeled.
In fast motion... It definitely is fucked.
Oh, that's fucked. Damn, I don't watch the family. That's fucked.
Yeah, that's good.
The first angle they showed it as if it just hiked, and he kneeled and it got. I didn't know he was running.
Yeah, no. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like it was slick how he did it because he ran and then said, "I'm gonna go ahead and kneel." So,
but we won. So yeah, I think that means. So we beat the undefeated team. Mm-hmm. We're now number 1 in the NFL.
If you want to use MMA math, sure.
That is it.
That's how that works. Hey, I'm Alex Pereira. I'm ranked number 8.
So
I'm going to fight the number 4 fighter, and I jump into a title fight.
24-1. We're good.
But yeah, ultimately,
our defense is playing elite.
Ultimately, the movie well worth the view. Like I said, I want to go see it again. I just I just don't have time. But I don't have time.
So
maybe Wednesday. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I want to go see that because again, I have that movie pass, and there hasn't been many good movies. We got a lot of stuff coming up, so we'll have next week is our normal weekend.
Yeah.
Week after that, we got the Washington game and Thanksgiving and all types of stuff.
So we got to figure out recording that week. You want to record? Let's record that Monday after the game.
Okay.
Because, I mean, it wouldn't make sense for us to record beforehand, go to the game, and then wait a week to talk about it. Let's just record that Monday night. I know next week I got a lot going on with recording. I got a lot of my friend Tiana, she had a super fight up in Northern Ireland, and I got her to agree to do an episode with me so we could talk about that experience. So that goes out next week, and then actually I'm doing a lot of recording like tonight, tomorrow, and Wednesday, like just all in a row. I don't feel well, but we're gonna make it happen, son. I gotta do this Event Horizon episode with my dude Manuel, which I'm excited for because for the longest time that should have been on this list, but. Look, the reason it's not on this list is because I got that movie mixed up with Michael Crichton's Sphere. So I turned that movie on thinking it's one thing, and it was a completely different movie, and I felt like a complete asshole. So I was sitting there writing notes like, well, where's Sam Jackson? Oh, shit, this ain't the same movie. I feel stupid. But yeah, go check out Wakanda Forever. And then, yeah, afterwards, we can, like, spoil the fuck out of for anybody who hasn't seen it.
Yo, we had some... We always think we don't have anything to talk about, but we've done a ton. We gotta rate this beer before we get here because we're about to be out of here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember. This is called, I would think, Ja Lo. But we've had a beer called
I remember.
J Allah.
Yeah.
And it's one of the more famous beers. So this is kind of like a lower intense IPA.
Yeah.
It's only 4%.
That's
I will say
disappointing, but
that
it's good.
the taste is very good.
It's yummy.
But yeah, the 4%, especially after following a 10%er, that hurt it a little bit. But it might have helped it too, because I was feeling the 10.2%, and we did a shot of whiskey. Because I mean, yo, if we were a guest on Drink Champs, we would outdrink them. I think.
Perhaps.
Like we would have Noriega saying some shit. Cause he's gonna be like, "Yo, y'all drink." I'm like, "Yeah, you drink too."
Oh no, I'll fuck with him. Like it was like,
yo, we'll be slurring like hell, but so will they. It'll be the worst episode of Drink Champs.
See, that's
ever.
the thing though too. It was like, well, I drink a little bit. It was like, yo, y'all got some like gummies?
Like, no, I think Noriega would.
I know he would, but the thing is, I think they would be super intense, and I don't know if I don't think I'm ready for that. Like he'd probably give me like a 250, and I'm not ready for the 250. Like I'm not. No, I don't want that.
What is funny is I didn't know about that podcast till more recent, so I didn't know it actually had been for years, and it's kind of similar a little bit to ours in a way, but it's not influenced by them. But I'm like, damn, that's kind of like what I had in mind. But I hear them sometimes, Noriega is ripped, and that shit's hilarious when they get an artist really ripped and they're just like their guards completely let down. It's a fun time.
Well, when you get to that level though, you can get people to kind of say whatever because everyone's comfortable. And like what I found is when we worked at a job together, I remember I was talking to one of the guys in there. And one of the things I found is if you say some shit that's embarrassing about yourself, you can make someone else say some shit that's embarrassing about themselves. But the thing is, you don't have to give all the details about your embarrassing point. And I was talking about like peeing in the bed. I was a little kid. But this was like, yeah, I remember I was like 14. I was peeing in the bed. I was like, dog, I was like 6. like, what are you talking about? Yo? You got too open with me and we're sober. Like, imagine this dude drinking. I wouldn't want to go drinking with that dude. He was suspect. But yeah.
Yo, I'll show you the car soon.
Yeah.
It's beast mode. The best way I can describe it is a freaking bully. It looks like a hatchback. It's a menace. It'll throw you back. But also, it's got some safety features. It's freaking incredible. But I mean, it feels like a V8 freaking GT Mustang, and I will smoke any front wheel drive car.
He'll smoke crack.
So come at me. But yeah, I mean it's good looking. I never thought I'd own a red car until I saw one in person. Went with the red.
That's wild. I could not.
I always went black.
I thought it was gonna be black with like red streaks or some shit. That's wild.
I saw one in person. I was like, "Yep, red's the way to go."
I don't even know how I feel about this.
The main thing with it is the feeling of it. I gotta ride you to feel you gotta feel it to appreciate.
There's a lot of innuendos in there, dude. Yeah. Just chill.
I gotta pee.
All right. We, like do that, and then we're gonna do your movie, and then we're gonna do this your questions.
All
right. We back. That sucks.
They had that touchdown though at the end.
Oh shit!
If I won this there's no way I did, but I want to like ease into the look.
Let's see.
Damn it! I lost by 5.
That's
but
trash.
It shouldn't have been that close.
All right. So yeah, Wakanda Forever. Your movie, real quick. Let's go.
All right. My movie this week. Chips. But you know what did you say? 70s to 80s?
It was
or 80s.
When it was when that movie came out?
No, the TV show.
Oh, you meant
Chips.
that Chips. I'm thinking Blue Chips.
Oh no,
that's what
so,
Chips. Yeah, that was the 70s.
Into the 80s with Poncherella. And the white dude.
Yeah, the white guy. Nobody knows that guy's name.
I don't know when I got into that show, but I loved the show.
So did you watch the show or the movie?
The movie is my review, but I used to watch the show, and I loved the show. I
used to watch the show a little bit because I didn't have any other options.
Yeah, whenever it was that I got into it, it was well after its prime.
Yeah, for sure.
But it was a good show.
It's funsies.
I mean, it's a famous show. But yeah, so this was the movie version of it. And I'll say this, it had potential. I think they were trying to make it sort of similar to 21 Jump Street. And if I don't know who the directors were, but if they could have made it more 21 Jump Street like, this had potential to have a recurring sequels, and it could have been good. Otherwise, I mean, it was a little bit of a letdown. There were some good parts. It had an okay story. It
I didn't
wasn't
think that was that
terrible.
soon. I thought it was a lot further back. I thought it came out like early, like the early mid 2000s. It was 2017. I thought that was like a 2012 movie.
God damn, 2017.
Yeah, that's recent.
Damn.
Like, damn.
So, I mean, I wish like some other director could have done something with it.
Who
Like I
is
said,
this chick?
if they made it like a 21 Jump Street style movie, this could have been really really funny, fun, and it's not. It's entertaining, but I can't say it's a good movie.
I'm not sure if that's my cup of tea, but I think she might be my cup of tea.
Oh, she's one of the officers. Yeah, I
Yeah,
recognize
I
her.
hope she. I hope she's.
She has a
steady.
very small role, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, they put her on here like she was like big time. She was like high up in the list. Hey, man, it doesn't matter. I get to see her. I see who she is.
Yeah, the Punch guy.
Oh, nice.
I mean, so they're not the same characters, but they're like sort of based off the relationship.
Yeah,
So Ponch actually makes an appearance, Eric Estrada.
yeah.
But he's kind of funny as he is like a sex addict and needs to jerk off all the time. It's kind of funny.
That's kind of fucked up. I feel like you're trying to hint at something. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It was like, you reminded me of Dante.
Fuck you.
We'd be on a mission. Dante, like, I gotta use the bathroom. Like, you always gotta use the bathroom 3 times a day.
4. A lot of white people
But-
in this.
Oh yeah, and then Dak Shepard. I would say his character was just.
You know, I actually
A
like
little-
that dude. Like, I like him in most things.
I've heard him in podcasts. I would say he's not the best in this. I wouldn't say it's his fault though. It's just his character is like kind of stupid. Like his wife's like cheating on him, and I don't know. He's trying to win her back. That's why he joins the cops. That part's kind of dumb.
I don't know if he's still married to her, but I know he was married. Yeah, he's married to Kristen Bell, which I like Kristen Bell. She's adorable. She was Sarah Marshall, so she's a
I
cutie
think
pie.
she's in this movie.
Yes, she
Okay.
is. That's why I brought it up.
Because Bea said this, not me. She was surprised at how large she was.
Her tits.
Yeah,
I mean,
because she didn't show that in other
so
movies.
let's see here. Because as I'm looking at the pictures of her, I'm surprised too. Because as I'm looking, they don't look like they're not mommy milkers. They're just kind of like, you
But
know,
in this movie,
mice
they
titties.
looked bigger. So maybe she had something done.
2017. I mean, I guess because like she doesn't look that like she doesn't look too impressive in all these other pictures. I mean, maybe that was before 2017. Let's see. Let's get a date on this.
So you can go look up
Oh, trust me.
Chips.
Well, I'm going to go look up the date of this picture. Let's see when this picture get taken.
To be fair,
2019.
that was a weird outfit.
This was 2019.
She's
Maybe-
wearing a
maybe she
suit
got a-
jacket with a bathing suit. That's kinda
don't
weird.
don't make excuses. She got little titties. It's all right. I mean, look, the itty bitty tea committee is okay, in my book. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes when like are little titties like more sensitive. Oh, that'd be fucking great. Just hang out with little titty girls all the time and just start flicking their nipples. Fucking fucked up, dude. I got fucking problems. I need to bring this up with my therapist next week. Oh, I don't see her next week. I might have to
We
skip.
didn't say the R word this movie. But
Yes,
then
I actually did
this
twice.
episode.
I said
Oh,
it
yeah.
twice, dude. Like very early.
I was
on.
talking about it earlier. Oh, because one of my questions I was gonna ask.
Oh, hold
I
on,
was
hold
told
on.
I am not allowed to ask.
Yes, you
it.
are. Go ahead, ask. So I had one other movie. I watched House of Gucci. Phenomenal. Fucking work of art. Ridley Scott had this other movie called The Last Duel that came out right before House of Gucci, and he was pissed because nobody saw it. And it's like, dude, the marketing was fucking trash. From everyone that I know that have seen it, they loved it, but the marketing was trash for it. So House of Gucci had great marketing. It was on my radar. I saw it was on Prime. I watched that shit this weekend. So if I'm in tune with the movie, phone is away. I didn't touch my phone one single time during fucking House of Gucci. So fucking good. Lady Gaga, great. Fucking Kylo Ren, fucking great. De Niro, great. Jared Leto, great. It was so fucking good, dude. Across the board. It's not a Wakanda Forever with a 9.5, but this is definitely a heavy fucking 8.5. So if you haven't seen it, go fucking check that joint out. All right, let's get to these questions real quick.
All right. So these were one of the better ones. Would you rather go to the past and meet your ancestors,
Nope.
or
I'm black.
go to the future and meet your great great grandchildren.
I'm black. I'm not going to the past. I know how that goes.
No, but meet the people, or go to the future and meet your great great grandchildren.
So on the plantation? No.
So you want to go to the future?
I go to the future. Like Michael J. Fox. Find out my kid's an asshole and punch him in his face. Because they're going to put me in jail now. I'm going back to the past, bitch.
All right. So, would you rather go on a cruise
Nope.
with your best friends
Can't swim.
or your spouse?
So I don't have a choice.
You got swim to be on a cruise. Yo, I've been on a cruise twice. You know what you do? You eat the entire time.
Hey, look, I know my luck. All that water, as far as I can see now.
But I'm telling you, all you do is eat. It's buffet, unlimited food. Your food's paid for.
I've considered setting up a cruise for Sarah and I.
It's mostly food.
Like I'd have
and it's good food. It's
so
good food.
so this is a weird one because I'd have to make sure like Sarah's not on a period because if we go on a cruise we're fucking the entire time. So that's a tough one because
So there's also unlimited drink packages.
She kind of sucks when it comes to drinking. like oh, there's a third option. Why don't I go with you guys and my spouse?
I mean, that's the way to go, but that wasn't the question. That's why it's tough.
Because, I mean, I want to go with my spouse because fucking on the ocean, son, tight. But, like, drinking with her on the ocean, all is going to be like, oh, I'm seasick. Oh, I can't drink. And meanwhile, I'm going to be out there hanging out with some fucking fat fucking Persian dude who's fucking rich as fuck. And I'm like, yo, dude, look, hear me out. Startup. Listen to me. I got you. We're going to start a business together, you fat fuck.
So I've been on 2 cruises, and we all got the drink package. I could tell you, the drink package wasn't unlimited. It's 10 per day, which is way more than enough.
I was going to say,
because
yeah,
we learned quickly Long Island iced tea is the way to go if you want the strongest.
Yeah.
Like, you need 3 of those a day. You're done. I was the only one to make it to 10. Otherwise, everyone else made it to like 5. So
that's fine for me.
But
okay.
Again, the mixed drinks were strong. I mean, because I think they're, because it is 10 drinks, I think they're trying to hit you pretty hard so you stop coming back.
I like it.
But I will say,
they clearly haven't met me.
This is what I think of a cruise. It's food. You can get ice cream for breakfast. There's an ice cream machine. You can get tacos for breakfast. There's a what's the Guy Fieri's burger is on most of the Carnival cruises.
Oh yeah, I remember.
You could just keep getting burgers and fries all day.
They did beat the undefeated Steelers in 2020.
Yo, we're the best team in the league. We
Relax.
Beat the undefeated.
Relax.
Yo, Terry's speaking. That's scary, Terry. You don't want none of him.
Too bad we won't see him in the playoffs.
Yo, Taylor keeps winning. He'll be like, yo, I throw 2 picks a game, but I keep winning.
Wentz going to be fully healthy. And like, can I get my job back?
Nah.
What job?
No one wants Wentz. Yo, clearly the team doesn't want Wentz.
I can't wait till he plays for another team next year.
Oh, well, he is. Yeah, he's on a 1-year contract.
Love to hear it.
Where is he going to play? Detroit, probably.
I hope not. Jesus fucking Christ, I hope
no,
not.
I can't see him being a starter.
Tampa. That's a fact.
Who is the backup in Tampa? I thought they had someone in line.
They don't have a backup. Some guy, Rex, not Grossman, just some kid that was working at a supermarket.
He could do it right. Probably Tampa. I mean, that'd probably be the best place he can go if that's the case.
Look at that. I just guessed. All right. What's the next question?
The last one was, I only had 2 because the last one I was told I can't say.
Go ahead, do it, dude.
All right. Damn it. This is just for funsies.
All right. Oh, I love it already. I think I know what it is. Let's go. Oh, take another shot.
Rather be...
Oh, my God.
We still got to rate this last beer.
Don't try to get away. Let's go ahead and get this question, son.
This was dumb because I remixed the question I read to very bad. This is a bad question. Would you rather be a Special Olympic gold medalist or a normal person who's mistaken for a special person?
Oh man, that's a tough one. Because on the one note, like you're not retarded, so but everybody thinks you are, and you're not good at sports. Or well, so Special Olympics doesn't mean an extra chromosome. Special Olympics could mean like a paraplegic, missing a limb or something. Give me a Special Olympics, son. All right, let's rate this beer before we. Let's get the fuck out of here.
All right, this last beer is called Jai Lo.
J-Lo?
Would you say that's Jai or J Lo? Oh, J Lo, maybe.
That's what I just said.
Because we had a famous beer we've done by this company is Jai, and again I don't know if it's Jai Allah, but it's a really popular
I would say Jai,
micro
I want to say
craft
J.
beer. Very popular. We did that one, so this is Jai Lo. We'll say J Lo maybe. But it's basically a lower calorie IPA and lower alcohol. I would say we did one similar recently where it was like a lower calorie, and like their theme was to be a less alcohol IPA. That goes against what we believe in, but I will say the taste of this was pretty good. Just like the other one. So this is by Cigar City Brewing. Every time I see this, I think it's Chicago for some reason, but it's Tampa, Florida. 4%. I feel like that's a wah 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 wah.
Yeah, that like I have no words.
So like lower than Miller Lite. But the taste is pretty good. When you factor that in, like if it was taste alone, the score would be okay. But then the fact it's a 4%, it's not really what we believe in.
6.3.
Oh, so we're there. Because I said 6.4. So
because I enjoy it, I didn't hate it for sure.
So I said 6.4, and so it's almost like the perfect follow up to when you drink a 10% stout.
Yeah, you have to though. You have to follow it up with something like this because you can't just be out there fucking raw dogging like 10%ers. You gotta like kind of cool out for a minute. So yeah.
Don't cancel us.
Yeah, they love us, yo. Hey, yo, so this didn't age well.
True chances to win. What's funny is, I mean, the way our whenever you have a good defense, you can't count them out. And Washington does have a good defense.
The defense.
Taylor
held it down.
Heineke is wild. He's almost like a Tim Tebow-ish. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, Tim Tebow didn't make sense, but whatever. It's like I want to like Tim Tebow until he starts getting really super Jesus-y. And then I'm like, dude, chill, son, chill. Yeah, but
What's wild is there's so many people consider him like the greatest college football player of all time.
I really hate that because it's like, really, the greatest ever. So y'all forget about Thurman Thomas, Barry Sanders, Charles Woodson. Y'all forget about these guys, right? I guess that's weird. Like, I mean, fuck, even Cam Newton was pretty fucking good. It's like, but it's like, no, it's Tim Tebow because he loves Jesus. It's like, Jesus Christ, chill. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. Fuck Tim Tebow. Like,
yo, that shit was fun to watch. Though that Denver, the run he made was like, that dude would be like 30 yards into the fourth quarter, 3 for 13, and then suddenly the next 3 passes are 70-yard touchdowns.
You know what? The reason I don't like Tim Tebow is because of like people that we worked with, older ladies that we worked with. And they're like, "Oh, Tim Tebow's great. He's such a nice young man because he loves Jesus." Like, bitch, shut up. He sucks at fucking football. Like,
we couldn't throw a spar, which is wild.
yeah,
but,
exactly.
And then it was kind of funny. His recent attempt to be a tight end. They had that one play they kept highlighting when he tried to go for a block, and he just pretty much blocked nobody.
Well, and that was the question about like him, even being in that position to even try for that. I was like, Is this because Urban Meyer's in that? That's his boy.
Oh, it definitely was.
They're like, does he deserve it? He's taking the spot from someone else. All this shit. And it's like, yeah, I agree. He did. He is, dickhead. I mean, I'm sure he's a sweet guy.
No, I mean he's a great analyst. It's kind of like RG3. RG3, honestly, is a great analyst. He's great on TV. But then sometimes when you hear him criticize people, it's like you remember, like, dude, you were so bad your last.
But
few years.
that's the thing. That's their job, is to break that down and analyze and criticize. But the thing is, I think his wife's a cutie pie. I can't remember.
Well, he
Hold on.
he got away with it a little bit. He
wife
actually left his original wife for her.
Oh,
And he got away with not too much drama. But yeah, I think she's a college athlete.
Look, my phone was listening. I typed in RG3 and it said at the very top, look what comes up.
Well, I mean, when you see her, she stands out.
No.
She was a not professional, a college athlete for sure.
She looks like an athlete. Yeah. She has the face of an athlete.
Well, she looks like that video we posted of the route runner. She looks like she can run some routes.
I'm sure she could. So that's the new one?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
So I don't know who the old one was, but I feel like there was some.
Oh yeah, that's not fair. That's not right.
Some timeline issues with when one started and when ended.
Like, yeah, she's a cutie pie. Let's go back to the old one. Where's the old one at?
And he somehow got out of it a little bit of what others might go through, some harsher criticism.
Oh, this is a fucked up article. RG3 cuts off estranged wife's credit cards as she demands.
It was rough. It was kind of like, remember, like Michael Jordan left his wife, and there was nothing ever.
She demanded $36,000 a month. Girl, you better chill. Who the fuck you think you is? Get the fuck out of my face with that bullshit. $36,000 a month. Yo, you hear about 50 Cent? His one son talk about child support. I can't remember what the amount was, but it was a dumb amount. He's like, yo, you can't live off this. Bitch, get the fuck out of my face.
Didn't he also say something like he would give it all up to like spend time weekends? And I feel like 50 Cent was like, really? All right.
Yeah, 50 be like, all right, come to the studio. Yo, these celebrities and their kids as well. Like Herschel Walker's son. I want to beat that kid up.
Yo, I had to look.
I want to beat
I
that
was
kid
working.
up.
I was really busy today. But when I first, you click on the internet thing, some topics going on. I was like, did Herschel Walker really run for the government? Like, what?
Yeah. I think he was running for Senate.
This dude.
And there was a libertarian candidate that fucked it all up because you had 50%, and this libertarian got in there and took some votes. So neither the Democratic or Republican candidate got the 50.
I saw like a lot of people were super happy he didn't.
Yeah.
I guess he was running as Republican. I think what's his name? Dave Chappelle made some joke Saturday Night Live about him, like, as a black man, I hate to say this, but like dissed him in some way. But I was more so surprised, like, damn, Herschel Walker got some drive to him. That man went from football, then he tried to be a MMA fighter.
He's undefeated as an MMA fighter.
Be a freaking politician.
So
this
the thing
dude
is,
got no chill.
The thing is with the dude, though, like, a lot of shit that he says is like, none of that makes sense, yo. He's talking about, like, I'm a sheriff. I have the badge.
That's
like,
shit
what,
like that. Like, Chappelle's jokes was basically, like, implying, like, this dude's stupid as hell.
Yeah. But
I didn't even know he ran, so I was, like, shocked.
Like, a lot of shit. I don't, like, so he's, like, pro-life. Meanwhile, his mistress on the side, his baby mama, she's got one of his kids already, and then, like, he paid for one of her abortions. And there was this one politician, she gets up on the mic. I don't know if she knew she was recorded or what, or I don't know if she knew it was going to get out, but she was like, I don't give a fuck how many skanks he has to pay off to get abortions. We need to win these seats. And I was like, yo, y'all are fucking monsters. All of them, not just that side, both. Everyone's fucking monsters, yo. This bro's like, yeah, just tell me you're pro-life. Get all the abortions you want. I was like, yo, chill, B. Like, what are you doing?
This made me remember, didn't Trump, during the Hillary debate, bring, like, all of the people...
Yeah, yo.
That were, like, accused something of Bill Clinton into the crowd?
Yo, Trump. Look, man.
That shit was hilarious.
Look, I would never vote for the dude, but let me tell you, that dude's a savage. That dude is a fucking savage. He was like,
brought
"Oh,
all of
word." He was like, "Here, front row."
Yeah.
Oh, yo, what a fucking character. God damn. All right, let's get the fuck out of here. We're at 2.5.
Let's
So,
go.
everyone, as always,
Washington won.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Is this the first week Washington and Detroit won?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
It obviously wasn't week 2. Detroit won, not Washington. Um,
Hey, we just beat the only undefeated team in the NFL.
yeah, we won 2 in a row. What's up? So
Not as
you know,
good as-
hey,
we're the
hey,
best
chill.
team now.
Let's
You
chill.
beat the best team. You're the
Hey,
best team, right?
hey, I'm not saying bad things. I'm just saying
UFC, we would be the number one contender
Yeah,
for sure.
you get a title shot.
Yeah.
They
We were
were like,
playing
fast track that dude right away.
Kansas
Brock
City
Lesnar.
next week, and then we're champions.
It was like, put him in there.
Oh, we ain't beating Kansas City though.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Like, they're like,
Maybe.
Kansas City would look at you and like, why are you on the field with us?
Yo,
Like, what are you doing?
this does make me realize if Washington gets a quarterback, we're gonna be really good.
Yeah, if you get a real fucking quarterback, you'll be decent. I mean, like, do it. Go get a quarterback and a real coach while you're at it.
We had one. His name was Kirk Cousins. Now he's tearing it up.
Yeah, well, you know, that's what
We
happens.
offered him $80 million for like 5 years.
Fuck that guy too, Michigan State. All right, so as always, everybody who's listening, thank you. We do appreciate the support. It's a lot of fun. Like, out of all the podcasts I do, this one's the most fun because we just get to fucking drink beer and have fun.
There's no structure.
Like, yeah, there's no structure. I write shit on the dry erase board and we might talk about it. And if we're not talking about it, I try to cram it in there, you know, like in the butt. So, like, we're just having fucking fun, dude. So thank you for having fun with us. If y'all got any questions, concerns, criticisms, y'all can keep the criticisms to your fucking self, to be honest. But if you got any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to us. You can find me at bjj.wiki on Instagram. Steve's on thor.bentley on Instagram. Collectively, we're on the Colompton Beer Club on Instagram. And, yeah, we got an email too. Send us some emails. I don't know what it is, but send them. Otherwise, thank you.
Address him to Chester, apparently.
like otherwise, thank you. We do appreciate y'all. We love you to death. And yeah, that's it, Steve.
Good soup.
Bye, bitch.